afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Heidelberg Football right here on the OAC Network and on Heart of Ohio Sports. I'm Nate Mullins, joined today by my co-host and my color commentary, Max Drummond.
That's right.
Of course, we've got a few other team members to introduce today, and we'll go ahead and get to it now, as right now, joining us on the sideline is none other than Treyvon Hastings, today our sideline reporter. Treyvon, you're looking pretty good today. I got to tell you, I like your digs, man. You know, I really like the digs, man. I'm digging what you got going on down there. What's that, a throne?
Led by head coach Pete Risen and bolstered by a dynamic offense.
Yeah, it is a throne, actually. It's like a castle throne. It's like a celebration thing that the football players are doing this time around for homecoming. So I'm just sitting in it right now. I'm just vibing. Great weather. It's a great day for football, and it's a great day. I'm really excited.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, man, it looks good. It's going to be the celebration throne. I think they're doing that for what? Touchdowns and turnovers?
Yeah, I believe for turnovers, touchdowns, things of that variation. So,
and that was made by a local woodworker. I'm telling you, it looks beautiful, and you look good today, Treyvon. Thanks for tuning in with us on the sideline, man. Appreciate your input today, and we'll be checking in with you throughout the day.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. Well, here we are. We got the pregame show. We have a lot of things going on today. It's homecoming, Max, and there is some celebrating going on here, as we got a couple different things to celebrate today. We got homecoming, and then we have the 72 championship team, 1972 Stag Bowl champions on the field now, being recognized.
It's great to have them out here. On the field looks a little different from when they played, that's for sure.
Just a little bit.
But it's awesome having them on the sideline, and I was going to say, it feels like we've gone back a month with this weather, and it lines up with homecoming perfectly.
Yeah, and, you know, this is always a beautiful setting, but right now, with the leaves turning and everything that we have in the backdrop, this is shaping up to be an absolutely beautiful afternoon for football here at Hoernemann Stadium on the campus of Heidelberg University. We couldn't be more thankful for having you tune in with us here on the OAC Network. Once again, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, also on the OAC Network and on heartofohiosports.com. So tune in with us wherever you are, and let us know in the comments where you're watching from. All right, not sure what happened there. We had some kind of a technical difficulty, but
working on it now.
Yeah, we're working it through. We're working through it. But we do have the marching band on the field right now, and you know, here in a minute we're going to send it down to them so they can give us the national anthem. But Max, I do want to talk just a little bit about this game with you here.
Absolutely.
What are your notes here? I mean, you got some notes here. You're putting a little preparation into this one. I like it.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's talk about this one. What do you think? What's your feeling today here with Marietta?
You know, I think what's going to come down to is shutting down their star running back. It's Bryce Agnew. He's actually coming off of a career high for him, 250 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, and a big win over Wilmington for Marietta's homecoming game last week. So I expect a real matchup between the Heidelberg run defense and Agnew in that O-line. Each of them ranking top 3 respectively in the OAC when it comes to yardage.
Okay. All right. So you got the top rusher in the OAC
Arguably, absolutely.
right now. And I'll tell you, that's going to be a tough task for this defense. But, Max, they've been up to just about every task you can put them up to this year.
You know, even when the competition is heightened, 2 weeks ago against Mount Union, I'd say they did a pretty solid job holding them to only 28.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Mount, just to touch on them for a second, what that matchup meant, they were beating teams by an average of 42 points a game. Heidelberg went in there, lost 28-6, but they definitely gave the biggest fight that we've seen anybody give the Raiders this year.
Oh, absolutely. So we are just about set to join the band now for the national anthem, the alma mater.
Thank you.
This is the moment of silence. Sorry, I didn't even mean to speak over the moment of silence there. Just like me to open my big mouth when I'm not supposed to.
Comes in handy during the game, though. Comes in handy.
Trying to figure out what's going on here with our cameras here. As we got a camera going out on us up top. Huh.
Usually gets them kind of running.
All right, well, either way, you know, we got a lot to talk about here today. But
I would say. We gotta stay within the 20s, which we're like right at the 20.
When you're operating at frequencies like 5G and 2.4, whatever all that stuff is,
Right.
things happen. And it's kind of like ghosts are living inside the equipment sometimes. You lose a camera, and then all of a sudden it comes back, and it's like, what happened? How did that come back? Well, we don't know. It just came back. We got it.
It's a bizarre thing. It can work for half hour on end when you're doing testing, and then right when you're ready to go, it can change up on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the band is on the field right now, and of course we do the lift up your voice, correct? That's the next thing.
Yes.
Lift every voice, and then that'll come in here in just about 2 minutes. But Max, we talked about the defense here, but this offense for Heidelberg, you've got Shane Trehorn, you got Bridger Klein, you got TJ Ramey today. You're going to see a heavy dose of TJ Ramey, I think, with this, Heidelberg offense. They're going to bring the ground game.
Yeah,
with that talented and veteran offensive line that they have, they're going to lean on them in this game, I think, to kind of propel them to victory.
And it's a great point you bring up about Ramey. And I think the quarterbacks so far have been serviceable while they've been in there. I don't think they've held the offense back by any means. But, yeah, TJ Ramey, he's going to have to be a focus here. He's second on the team in touchdowns and rush yards behind Yearby. So I really want to see how they go about attacking Marietta, because last year it was a very different game. Heidelberg was up 37-7 at halftime. Drew Sims threw for, I believe, a career-high 5 touchdowns. And guys like Dimitri Pennick and Brandon Reed, who we'll see today, did catch touchdowns. It's going to be like a polar opposite, almost a different team kind of feeling with the way the offense should attack today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you might still see some Brandon Reed.
Yes.
Just
can't undersell the talent of those receivers. Each of them over 300 yards so far. Even working with multiple quarterbacks, it's very impressive.
And it's going to be fun to watch how this offense puts it on display today, because we have beautiful weather conditions, but we do have a little bit of wind here. Wind is going to be a factor here today, as you do have a wind from right to left, and it is a heavy wind here. And we have some fireworks planned for today, and not just the offenses on the field. I'm to understand there's going to be some fireworks at halftime.
Yeah, and normally we only see those broken out when it's a night game or a primetime game, just for the spectacle of it, but it should be pretty awesome to see at halftime.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. I love explosives. Any kind of explosives, I'm all for it. And I see some cannons down there. Oh wow, they are lined up. Yeah, I'm very excited now.
Going all out for homecoming. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, absolutely, they should. So here momentarily, we're going to be joining the Lift Every Voice segment. And that's going to go ahead and take place now.
Is it on now?
Should be on now. Yeah, the screen's showing numbers and stuff.
Yeah, you should be on. It says 8.3.
right, and here we're going to join the band momentarily for the national anthem, but I do want to remind you today's broadcast is presented by, on Heart of Ohio Sports, presented by Scudette Mexican Restaurant in the Tiffin Mall, and special thanks to Pyramid Recruiting Offices, and also for the Heidelberg side of things, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union and OSST Sport USA Pro Tracks. Those are your sponsors for today's broadcast. We want to thank them for their contributions today. Here's the national anthem. That's going to be interesting. Both of them are dressed, Max.
That's right. Drew Sims, the quarterback, and Montavious Yearby, the running back. They are both dressed. Looks like Sims does have his helmet on and is warming up, but I guess we'll see how much they use.
We're going to have to see. Yeah, definitely going to have to see how they use them today. Once again, I want to remind you today's broadcast brought to you by Scudette Mexican Restaurant and Pyramid Recruiting Offices. Heart of Ohio Sports would like to thank them for their contributions today, and Heidelberg would like to thank Your Legacy Federal Credit Union and OSST Sport USA Pro Tracks. Sorry. OSST provided the beautiful all-weather surface here at Heidelberg's track and at Hoernemann Stadium. Heidelberg Athletics is very grateful for their support. Max, this one's going to be, I think we're going to see some fireworks early and then some more at halftime, too. So I'm excited.
We heard a couple there during the national
I'm excited. You got me all excited. Get the explosions going on down there in the end zone. I'm ready for some more here as we get ready to go. 2.5 minutes until kickoff. Max, what do you think today's keys are for Heidelberg? What's the key for them if they want to come away with a win?
Sure. I think this is a pretty common one with them. If that D-line can maybe not just the D-line, but the box as a whole, if they can load the box, make Marietta have to throw the ball, maybe get them out of their comfort zone, get them in third and long, second and long, just so they can't use Bryce Agnew as much as they would like. He's gotten over 24 carries in 5 of their 6 games. So I'd say just limiting how much he gets the ball, very important for Heidelberg today.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is the key to the game today. Of course, thanks to Max Drummond for bringing us that key to the game. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. Make sure you share the broadcast. If you're watching on any kind of social media platform, just hit that share button. You don't understand how much that helps us extend our reach beyond what we can normally reach with our own fan base. You're extending it to your fan base, your friends. So once again, we appreciate your contributions, and we hope that you are enjoying the broadcast as we got a big team today. Lots of new faces today, Max, as we got some new camera operators.
That's right. A couple of people stepping in, but very excited and think very highly of who's taking over. So I think no hiccups should be happening today.
And we got Treyvon on the sideline today. He's ready to fill in for Joey Krajewski. This one should be a fun broadcast here today as we're really excited to bring this one to you here on Heart of Ohio Sports, once again, and the OAC Network. We're about a minute away here from the broadcast, and, you've got captains on the field now.
Mm-hmm.
They've got you got one more home game, right, after this. And this is kind of the big, the big this is the one that all the parents come to, right? Parents always want to come to homecoming. You got a lot of alumni in for this weekend. You got this just feels like big time. You know, you got a lot of people surrounding the stadium. You got a lot of people tailgating as you're driving into the stadium. This has all the feeling of, you know, perfect campus football. I mean,
yeah, that's right. I was going to say there's a lot of tailgaters out in force just outside the gates, and you know, the capacity, a little under 3,000 in the stadium seating, but I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of standing room, whether it's on the hill near the parking lot or on the one side of the end zone without the fireworks set up.
Yeah.
So
currently the Marietta Pioneers are 3-3. They are 2-3 in the OAC after beating Wilmington 34-0 during their homecoming last week. Heidelberg 4-2 overall, 3-2 in the OAC, coming off a bye week. They did lose their last game against Mount Union 28-6 2 weeks ago on the road, but that one, I'll tell you, that was a hard-fought loss for Heidelberg. We talked with Scott Donaldson this morning on the scoreboard, on Saturday scoreboard, and he just talked about how, you know, those players, they gave every single ounce that they had to give during that game. So, you know, you can't ask much more out of your team when you're talking about, you know, do you have anything left to give? Did you have anything left? Well, these guys, they gave everything they had.
Absolutely. They could have gone in there with their heads down. They couldn't have given it energy, and I actually had a chance to be there for the first half of that game, and there was a lot of toughness shown by Heidelberg, and even on tough plays, those guys kept picking each other up. So I think this is one of the toughest teams in the OAC.
Marietta's Andy Waddle is in his 10th season at the helm of the Pioneer program. He's the 29th head coach in program history. He's a 2003 graduate of Wittenberg University. Scott Donaldson, the head coach at Heidelberg, now in his 7th season at the helm. He is currently in his 19th season as a coach with Heidelberg University. A 2003 graduate of SUNY Brockport, currently 39-21 in his tenure at Heidelberg. You know, 12 seasons as an assistant, 7 seasons as a head coach. You know, he was the OAC Assistant Coach of the Year in 2012. This is a guy he's got some familiarity within this program.
That's right, easily. The culture has been in place for a long time, and he's really carried it on. And also, I think just the atmosphere here in the stadium feeds off of that.
Yes.
And speaking of which, this is actually Marietta's first time coming to Heidelberg since 2018.
Wow. Okay.
The COVID year threw a wrench in that, and then the 4-game season. So, yeah, Marietta has not played here in over 3 years. Be interesting to see if that has any effect.
Heidelberg leads the all-time series 36-22. Series beginning in 1917. Pioneers winning the first game by a final score of 3-0. They have played annually since 1978. Yeah, I don't want to jinx things by that 3-0 score. Right. That's not going to happen today, folks. You're going to see some scoring today. These two teams have split the last 4 meetings.
And there we go. We have Yerby and Reed, that duo, back to return for the first time since, I believe, week 4.
Yes.
Wow.
So you do have Montavious Yerby back into the ball game for Heidelberg. That is a huge addition for the Berg. Kickoff is away, and we are underway here at Risen Field, Hoernemann Stadium on the campus of Heidelberg University. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the OAC Network. Nate Mullins, Max Drummond. We have Treyvon Hastings on the sideline, Greg Kinn and Zach Dillon manning the production side of things. And we have a whole crew of camera operators that we will announce here shortly.
You know, they make our job so much easier, and it's really a testament to them and the preparation they bring to these games.
Absolutely. We definitely want to make sure we give them credit, because credit is definitely deserved.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hard job. Oh, Heidelberg will take over at their own 25-yard line. And first, we'll get a look at Shane Trehorn. Actually, and a short gain. Actually, you're going to lose a couple yards there, as TJ Ramey carries it for minimal yardage there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So Yerby is back, but maybe not at 100% full capacity, so they'll probably manage his snaps.
I seem to have lost my other 2 deep here. I know I had another one over here. And a short gain here. Oh, there we go. They're both on the other side. There we go. I'll get it around here soon enough. 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Student Princes. We've got 4 receivers on the field, 1 man in the backfield. Pistol formation here. Treyvon takes the snap. He's got pressure, rolls to his left, and he's going to keep it. He's going to take off and run with it. He's got the first down, lowers his shoulder, and delivers the boom as he carries the defender out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
He let him know after the play as well.
Yes, he did.
Treyvon, very big mobile quarterback as well. Not easy to bring down the open field. That shows it there.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely let him know. I'm coming for you all game. Shotgun formation. Slings it out left side. That's complete as he's got it over there. Dimitri Pennick on the reception. Pennick has it up to about the 45-yard line.
I think what's helped these quarterbacks fill in so almost fluently is the easy passes that Jason Lewis gives them and the easy reads that they're getting. It helps them out for sure.
Handoff. That's Ramey. TJ Ramey's going to be bottled up in the backfield. I'm going to say for a loss back to the 45-yard line. So 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Student Princes.
Looked like Malik Melton, the senior defensive end for Marietta, shot through and was able to blow that up in the backfield.
Yeah. Treyvon back to pass, slings it out right side. That's complete as he's got it over there. Oliver Kelleher on the reception. And that's going to be short of the first down.
And
about a yard, maybe a yard and a half short.
The penalty marker down.
We do have a flag in the backfield, but I think they're going to pick it up. So there was no flag for roughing the passer.
And, that felt like a play call just to set you up, get you a little bit closer. Now the whole playbook's open for them if they choose to go for it.
Absolutely.
Looks like they're serious about it.
Treyvon, 4th and 2, and it looked like they were trying to get the defense to jump. They show blitz, and now Treyvon's going to look to the sideline for the play adjustment. Looks like he has it. 4th down and 2. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking, pressure from behind. He's taken down behind the 40 to the 39-yard line, and that's where Marietta will take over.
And, a lot of the routes there were on the boundary half of the field where he was rolling to, so he didn't have much space to begin with. And then a lot of the receivers were stacked up on top of each other. I think Brandon Reed, who was running a streak, might have been the only one open, but that's a tough throw going across the body.
Yeah. So, Pioneers will take over at the 39-yard line.
Heidelberg's defense, no matter where they've started this year, they usually find a way to get the opponent to struggle or get them in a tough position early on. So we'll see if that can continue this week.
Connor Veerstra at the quarterback position. Shotgun formation for the Pioneers. Handoff. And the handoff up the middle, off the right guard. Carries it up to about the 34-yard line. That was Agnew on the carry. Bryce Agnew, senior running back, leads the OAC in rushing yardage coming into today.
And, interesting little stat for them. Whenever he scores a touchdown, they're actually 3-0. And when he doesn't, they're 0-3. So we'll see if that trend continues today for them.
Okay, all right. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the left side. Got an H-back on the right side of the formation. Quarterback rolls to his left, slings it out left side. That's complete. And receiver is going to be pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That is Dre Baldwin on the reception.
And, I haven't had much of a chance to see a film or see Agnew play, but right there he also shows he can lay a block. Blackiston came in untouched, and if he wasn't there to step in the way, long developing route, the quarterback may have taken a hit.
Veerstra standing tall in the pocket, delivering a nice pass there on the left side for the first down. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers stacked on the right side, 1 on the left. Pistol formation here for the Pioneers as they've got an H-back on the right side of the formation. And that's Agnew behind Veerstra. Agnew takes the handoff up the middle, and there's the defense right there to make the stop. For 25. The first one through Parker Smith on the stop.
You know, if any fans out there that have been watching us this season here at home, they know we love Parker Smith and the energy he brings. That guy's all over the field at all times.
Absolutely. No score. 10:38 left here in the first quarter. Veerstra looking to pass, slings it out left side. That's Agnew on the reception, and he makes a man miss, and he's got it up near the 15-yard line. They'll mark him down just shy of the first down at the 16. And they're going to get quickly right back up to the line to call the next play here. 2 receivers on the near side, shotgun formation. Veerstra trying to get the defense to jump. They don't do it, and he's going to look to the sideline for the play adjustment.
You know, we'll see how often they go this high tempo. It'll also affect Heidelberg's substitutions, which is a huge weapon of theirs.
Veerstra in the pistol. Agnew behind him. Turns around, handoff, left side. And they got the first down. And Agnew's dragging the pile. And he's going to drag him down inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Bryce Agnew showing you why a lot of teams have a hard time game planning for this young man.
Oh, yeah. You know, he's not the tallest guy.
No.
Most running backs aren't, but very powerful runner.
Veerstra turned around, handoff, Agnew off the left side. Defense is there to make the stop at the 5-yard line.
Agnew with the carry. Hendry.
And they're right back up to the line. 2nd down and goal. Pistol formation, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, 1 man in the backfield. Agnew's going to take the handoff, and he's tripped up in the backfield. He did get back to the line, but that's about it. Easton St. Clair in there to make the stop.
And, you know, they love using him in their gap schemes and blitzing him off of the edge. It's one extra guy, and a lot of times teams don't account for him.
Yeah, exactly. Veerstra looks to the sideline for the play adjustment on 3rd and goal. Comes up to the line, makes the play call, settles back into the shotgun. 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. Veerstra's going to keep it off the right side of the formation, and he's going to carry it into the end zone for a touchdown. Marietta first on the board with 8:25 left to play here in the first quarter.
And, you know, on that one, I wasn't sure if Agnew was lined up in the H-back to maybe get a little trick play back the other way, release him out to go catch the ball, but he did a great job sealing the edge.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah. What a job on that block by sealing the back edge. And we have Derek Klein on to kick for the Pioneers here for the extra point. Snap is back, ball is down, the kick is up, and the extra point attempt is good.
Wiley came very close to slipping in there and blocking that, but we'll see if he can get another chance at it.
Yeah. Well, this Heidelberg offense turned it over on downs, and Marietta made short work of that 39-yard drive as they punch it in from 5 yards out on a quarterback run from Connor Veerstra. And the Pioneers get on the board first here at homecoming here at Hoernemann Stadium. That was one heck of a drive there by the Pioneers, as pretty much all rushing except for one pass.
Yeah, and on the pass, they it was a long developing one. Didn't take advantage of play action like I thought they might.
Once again, if you were unable to watch this morning on Heart of Ohio Sports, we had a special game day edition of Saturday Scoreboard as we were live inside the Fox Den this morning, Max Drummond, and it was an awesome show. We had Scott Donaldson on, former Tiffin Mayor Aaron Mons came on with us, did a interview, Heidelberg alum, and we had Josh Morgard on from the Advertiser Tribune, talked some playoff high school football.
Yeah, really ramping up, and we have the ball fall off the tee, but
it's a little breezy down there. Yeah. It's just a little breezy. If you didn't get a chance to check that interview out, or the show, tune in, heartofohiosports.com, or you can find it on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitch. while you're there, give us a follow, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, on Heart of Ohio Sports, and you're not subscribed. What's stopping you?
Don't know
Come
what
on.
you're doing, yeah.
There's Derek Klein, kicks it off. It's fielded at the 15-yard line. They bring it up to the 25, to the 30, 35, and that's out of bounds. Brandon Reed on the return for Heidelberg. As he brings it up to the 35-yard line, that's where the Student Princes will take over their second offensive possession of the ball game. And I'm curious to see who we see come out at the quarterback position because, we have all three quarterbacks listed today.
Yep.
And they're all three dressed. So we do see Shane Treyvon come back out at the quarterback position for Heidelberg. Two receivers stacked on the left, two receivers stacked on the right, one back in the backfield. Pistol formation as Treyvon stands back there as TJ Ramey takes the handoff. Actually, is that Ramey?
I believe so.
Unless my eyes are deceiving me, yes, it is.
Now we see Heidelberg exercise some tempo right back at Marietta.
Just a 1-yard gain there, 2nd and 9. Shotgun formation. Treyvon fakes the handoff, slings it out right side. It's picked off, intercepted at the 40 to the 35, 30, 25, and he's going to say he was out of bounds back at the 35-yard line.
And on that one, they used either RPO or some play action. Either way, they faked it to Ramey, and as soon as Treyvon pulled the ball, he just stared his receiver down. And Drake Newberger, a senior linebacker from Marietta, he can read that way too easily and very close to breaking it off even further. Another short field here for Heidelberg.
Yeah, once again, Marietta's going to take over at the 35-yard line. Just a short way to go to the end zone here. Handoff, Agnew off the left side, and the defense is right there to make the stop. They're going to bottle him up for a loss.
Now that's a familiar sight right there.
Back at the 37-yard line, Tyler Turek on the stop.
I think it looked like he just swarmed over top of Agnew like a cape and just took him to the ground. That was an impressive play.
2nd down and 12. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side of the formation. Connor Vierstra in the shotgun. Back there with Bryce Agnew. Vierstra, handoff, Agnew. Right up the middle. The defense swallows him up right at the original line of scrimmage. So he does pick up 2, but they got a 3rd and 10 coming up here, Max.
Yep, and this is exactly what we talked about in the pregame. Make them have to throw it on you. Don't let them run it all day. Don't let Agnew get comfortable. And in a stop like that, they were able to make some substitutions. We didn't get to see that last drive.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd down and long. 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Shotgun formation. Vierstra going to look to the sideline for the play call. Looks like he's got it. Calls it out to his line. Settles back into the shotgun here. Agnew back in the shotgun with him. They bring pressure. Vierstra slings it out right side. It's complete.
Wow.
What a catch. That is a beautiful catch down the field by John Serpatowski.
And you know what? He was even given a 10-yard cushion, and he still ran got a yard separation or so.
Handoff, Agnew. No, they're going to fake the handoff, and Vierstra is going to carry it in for his 2nd rushing touchdown in the last 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. So 13-0 is your score. Marietta jumps out to an early lead over Heidelberg. On to attempt the extra point, Derek Klein. Klein puts this one up, and it goes through. 14-0 your score. Marietta once again makes short work of the short field. Just 5 plays to punch that one in.
And all season, Connor Vierstra, only had 1 rushing touchdown. He's, like you said, 2 in 8 minutes. I mean, that's why Easton St. Clair bit so hard on the running back. You expect Agnew, that's the golden opportunity for him to get the ball. And
Yeah.
great recognition by the quarterback there for the Pioneers.
Well, he faked me out.
Yep.
It's not hard to do, though. Watch me cover a Gibsonburg game. I don't usually call out who's running the ball until they come up with it.
Yep.
But once again, 14-0 your score. Marietta jumping out to an early lead here on homecoming at Heidelberg Stadium here. And the fans are out in full force today, lining the outside of the field here today, Max.
Yeah, and they're a little shell-shocked right now.
I think so.
As is maybe the Heidelberg team, see the coaches down there letting them know some changes need to be made. But, I think just taking a deep breath, getting the offense back out there, and I don't, like we said, we don't know how much they can use some of these players today, but you just got to keep it simple here, I think.
And neither one of them could determine which one wanted the return.
Oh.
And they're going to fall on it back at the 5-yard line. Miscommunication there on the return between the two returners.
He almost slipped out of there. He got a block last second, but number
Robert
19.
Davis on the return there.
Yeah, Addison Painter for Marietta, a great job. I thought he might slip out there, get a little bit more breathing room, but
frustrating start here for the Student Princes.
perfect way to put it, yeah. And it appears now we're going to see the starting tandem of Sims and Yearby out there, so the third drive will be there getting their feet wet now.
Handoff, Ramey up the middle. Actually, that's Yearby on the carry. Sorry, we snuck him in there.
Looks like him and
Nice
Sims.
catch there, Jeff.
Him and Sims will take the field for the first time together in about 4 weeks.
Montavious Yearby. Yeah, first time we've seen him in about 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Also, Drew Sims.
Yep. That's why that bye week last week came at such a crucial spot, I think.
Bit of a flex bone look here. Sims slings it out right, and nobody home there. As I'm not even sure who the intended receiver there was. I think it was just a little bit of a miscommunication. I think it might have been for Brandon Reed out there.
Yeah, it looks like he did a little hitch, maybe a 5-yard hitch, and Sims was expecting the slant.
Slow start here for the offense. 3rd down and 8. Pistol look here.
Yeah, third straight play.
3 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers set. Sims, back to pass, in the end zone, slings it out left side. Oh, what a catch down the left sideline.
Wow.
Beautiful catch. I think that was Jaron Curtis.
Yep.
It was
Looked
Jaron
right.
Curtis out of the backfield.
And he's going to be wearing number 9 for us today instead of his normal number 0.
That's why it threw me off. I'm like, that looked like Jaron Curtis.
Yeah.
Wow. What a catch by Curtis to keep the drive alive on a 3rd and 8. Bringing the paddles out. Breathes new life into the Berg offense. Handoff. Yearby. Up the middle. A little bit of running room there.
That run only goes for about 3 or 4, but I think that run encapsulates what he brings and what maybe the running game is missing when he's not there is the shiftiness and the jump cuts in the hole.
Yeah. 3-back set once again here for Heidelberg. Quarterback in the pistol formation. 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Drew Sims barks out the signals. Settles in. Takes the snap. Backwards pass. They're going to have to get on top of it. Ball still live. Marietta's going to get on top of it. I think they're going to claim possession. They do. Once again, misfortunes for the Heidelberg offense as backwards pass ends up in a turnover as Yearby was unable to get that one under control.
Wow.
That's about all I can say right now. Wow.
And, on that one, you want Yearby to be able to gain some ground, but the ball had to get out so fast due to some pressure. He wasn't really in position for it. And that was only Sims' 3rd pass attempt while being back, so there's obviously some rust being shaken off still.
Ball at the 15-yard line. Pioneers right back at it. Shotgun formation. Vierstra settles into the pistol. Agnew back there with him. They bring a man in motion. Handoff, Agnew up the middle. He gets it down to the 10-yard line, and that's where he'll be stopped by a gang of student princes.
You know, on this drive, as much of a tough ask that it is, Heidelberg's defense needs to force 3 here. That's an absolute need right now.
Have to. Second down and about 6. 2 receivers on the near side of the field. 2 tight ends. Handoff, Agnew off the left side. Trying to find some running room up the middle. Not a whole lot there, but he does pick up a couple. Up to about the 8-yard line.
You know, that's enough to keep them on schedule, and it hasn't affected them today, third and long, but in past games it has. So right there, now they can run, they can pass. It's open. The playbook's open for Marietta right now.
Yes. Vierstra looking, steps up into the pocket, slings it, finds a receiver back of the end zone, wide open for the touchdown is Dawson Snyder. And Vierstra quickly with 3 touchdowns already here in the first quarter, 2 rushing and 1 throwing.
And I don't know if you noticed that. It looked like he wasn't ready for the snap. The center might have sent it early.
Yeah, there was some kind of a miscommunication here. We'll look at it again. I don't think he was ready for that. That might have been a run play and just,
and
maybe a RPO option there. Just they weren't ready for it because there was clearly some kind of a play action involved there. Because the running back looked like he wanted to give the action.
Yeah, and you hope on that Heidelberg can take advantage of a broken play, and Viestra's the one that took advantage.
Ouch. So 21-0 is your score. Marietta leading Heidelberg with 3:03 left to play here in the first quarter.
And, for this Heidelberg group, there were some seniors moved on last year, but they're not a stranger to deficits, that is for sure. We've seen them come back from many points down, but to still be in the first quarter, it's quite the hole to try to dig out of now.
There's a lot of time left, though, Max.
Yeah,
a lot of time left. They just got to get things in order. They got to stop shooting themselves in the foot. That's the biggest thing. And these are self-inflicted wounds. Every time you've given them the ball, it's been inside your own territory. So if you can give them a little bit longer of a field, that you give this defense more of an opportunity.
I'm sure right now they'd even take midfield.
Absolutely.
Start from there rather than inside the 40. At this point, it's going to come down. You need some explosive plays, and this is a situation right here with Reed, Yerby, both on the field. They need to make something happen for this team.
Let's see, back deep to return. What do we have here? Is that Yerby?
And
fielded by the up man at the 20-yard line to the 30-yard line. And 23 is the return man here. As that is, I believe, Cody Banesh on the return. And he'll bring it back to about the 35-yard line.
It's like the Marietta staff. They knew one of the ways Heidelberg can change field position so well this year is through the return game. They didn't give him a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, we'll get a look at this Heidelberg offense. 2 turnovers and a turnover on downs here so far.
Yep.
And we'll see Drew Sims back at the quarterback position. Pistol formation. Ontavious Yerby, the running back, takes the handoff. Up the middle. A little bit of running room. He breaks through the pile. Carries it forward past the first down marker. Up to the 47-yard line. That's some nice extra effort there by Montavious Yerby.
Most definitely. You can tell he's ready to go. He's spent enough time on the sideline the past couple weeks.
Shotgun formation. Pistol set. And now they settle back into the traditional shotgun here. Yerby settles on the left hip of Drew Sims, who takes the snap. Slings it out, right side, down the right sideline, incomplete. As he was looking for, I think that was Kelleher out there, Oliver Kelleher.
I think the play calling doesn't necessarily need to change. The urgency has to be there, of course.
Yes.
But I think running the ball is such a strength for Heidelberg that they need to continue to incorporate it in there.
Absolutely. 2 receivers stacked on the near side, 2 stacked on the far side. 1 back in the backfield, pistol formation for Drew Sims. He takes the snap. Sims back to pass, pressure, slings it over the middle. It's, in and out of the hands of Oliver Kelleher. That would have been good enough for the first down. But that one.
You know, he runs a great route there, and he opened himself up right at the 40-yard line to Sims. Just got
ball was right there. Ball was right where you want it to be, but he did take a nice hit as soon as he had the ball there to catch. I mean, that was a hard catch to make, but got to make it. Yeah. 3rd down and long. 3 receivers on the near side of the field, and we got a false start as Dimitri Pennick is going to be called on the infraction here. I got to say it was actually on number 83. That's Devon Conyer, a tight end. Devin Conyer. 3 receivers on the near side. 3rd and 15. Pistol formation. Drew Sims takes the snap. Pressure. Slings it down the field. He's got Reed at the 25, and he brings it in. Brandon Reed. What a catch down the field. And what a beautiful throw by Drew Sims.
Wow, and you know what? There's so much film now on Brandon Reed. He's been here. It feels like he's been here forever. I don't know how you can leave him one-on-one with that kind of cushion in the slot, outside.
Anywhere.
What a great speedy route, and perfect job hauling it in over the shoulder.
3 receivers on the far side. 1st and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line. Shotgun formation. Dimitri Pennick all by himself here on the near side of the field. Sims, handoff, Yearby up the middle. Bounces off a tackle, carries it forward. He's down to about the 18-yard line, actually. They'll give him a couple more there. So 2nd down and 6 coming up. We're down to 1:20 to play here in the first quarter. 21-0 Marietta, but the Bird driving now right to left. Sims takes the snap. Little quick pitch left side for Yearby. They got blockers out in front. He slips a tackle, but he's going to be forced out of bounds right at about the 17. So just a yard gain on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
You know, on that one, it looked like Brady McManaway. He had Yearby at the line of scrimmage, but Yearby just slipping out of those ankle tackles, no problem.
Yeah, you're not going to bring him down with an arm tackle.
No, not even close.
You're going to have to bring it. 3 receivers on the far side. Pistol set here. Once again, Dimitri Pennick by himself here on the near side of the field. Drew Sims. Hard count trying to draw the defense. Does not get the draw. So he settles back in after adjusting the play call. Drew Sims drops back to pass. Slings it left side, incomplete. He was looking for Dimitri Pennick. On the coverage over there was Jalen Quero-Gordon.
You know, it was a good job there using the hard count. He diagnosed where the pressure was going to be coming from, and you know, it was a quick route right there. Just sailed a little past him.
Jalen Quero-Gordon. Butchered that name.
Yeah, it's our first time covering him. That's all right.
I apologize to anyone watching. On for the field goal. Steckel. This one from 34. And this one is up, and it is through. He got all of it. So Brandon Steckel knocks it through from 34 yards out and puts the Student Princes on the board. But, Max, you got to think they wanted more than that.
Yeah, especially when you couldn't hold Marietta to 3 last time. It felt like just a touchdown is what it had to be. But they got on the board before the end of the quarter, and now, barring anything happening on the kickoff, won't jinx anything either way, the defense will have a full field to work with. They can open up their playbook, pressure, all that kind of stuff.
Yes. That was the cannon.
And, hey, you know what? The 3 points allowed them to fire off the cannon, maybe get some life back in this stadium.
Yes. Definitely need some more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Any reason they can come up with
to
fire the cannon. And, you know, we still haven't seen them be able to take advantage of that sweet throne they got down there.
No, not yet.
That's what we
They
need.
definitely have to earn it.
They're going to have to earn that.
Coaches would place heavy emphasis on that.
And Steckel will kick it off. This one's a deep kick. It's going to go over the head of the returner and into the end zone for the touchback.
He's probably daring the return man to try to take that one out. Great kick.
So the throne, it was, you know, it was one of those things that I didn't know about until today, Max. And this was made by a local woodworker. This was something that nobody asked them to make. They just wanted to make this because they wanted to contribute and be a part of this because they, you know, obviously.
And, you know, the phrase Berg pride is very popular around here. If that doesn't embody that, I don't know what
that's
does.
Berg pride. And that's, I mean, defend the castle. You hear that a lot. That's, I mean, come on. Throne, castle. That's
perfect.
Just goes with it perfectly. We got cannons. We got a moat. We got a castle. We got the throne. Let's go. 19 seconds left here in the first quarter. Veerstra fakes the handoff, now slings it out right side. That's complete to Dawson Snyder. Snyder's going to be tripped up and stopped right at the 25, maybe the 26-yard line.
That was great physicality there by St. Clair. Took on the blocker and got the tackle. I mean, he was probably just trying to hold the guy in place, but he does both.
Of course, that's the end of the first quarter. 21-3, Marietta on top of Heidelberg. And when we come back, you'll see the Pioneers with the ball at their own 26-yard line. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heidelberg football right here on the OAC Network and Heart of Ohio Sports.
Zach Dillon here, and you're watching Heidelberg football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Hey folks, don't forget to check out the Pulse podcast every Monday night at 8 p.m. right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, and we're back here at Hoernemann Stadium. We start the second quarter with Marietta back on offense at the 26-yard line. They start this drive. Now it's 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard gain to end the first quarter. Veerstra back to pass, sets up a little screen to the wide receiver off to the right side, but the Heidelberg Student Princes were all over that one. Nice job.
You know, they had multiple of their offensive linemen downfield there.
Griffin Henry coming up to make the stop there.
Not in an illegal way, but great job lead blocking.
So a 3rd down coming up here for the Pioneers. They have it at their own 30-yard line. This defense needs to come up with a stop here. Shotgun formation. Connor Veerstra in the shotgun. Back there with him, Bryce Agnew. Veerstra takes the snap, slings it over the middle. It's complete. He's got it up to his receiver, and his receiver has it past the 1st down marker up to the 37-yard line. Once again, he finds Dre Baldwin on the reception.
And, you know, both the defensive backs there, Rudy Peerless and St. Clair, bit on the underneath route, leaving that post wide open.
Yeah. So a 1st down for the Pioneers at their own 37-yard line. Leading 21-3. It's the first time they've had the ball inside their own territory to start out. Veerstra fakes the handoff. Now, he's got pressure. He gets rid of it over the middle, and there is nobody anywhere near where he threw the ball. Let's hope it's holding, because it really should not be a roughing.
I was going to argue that. Wow.
Wow. That is, I don't know.
You know,
I don't know about that one.
At first I was thinking maybe it's a grounding. He was still in the pocket.
It looked
no
like
receiver.
intentional grounding. There was nobody anywhere near the ball where he threw it.
Yeah, and then I realized the back judge, he's not going to be the one to throw that, so
Yeah.
it's a tough break there for Turk.
Yeah, that's a little frustrating there for Tyler Turk. You did just about everything you need to do there. Once again, we were talking about that thrown just a little bit ago. I wanted to give credit for the person who ended up who did make the thrown, as I didn't have that information in front of me. Dr. Morgan Kocher, the exercise science professor. It's a donation to the Heidelberg Athletic Department, and it is beautiful. 1st and 10. Now they're back inside Student Prince's territory. Agnew on the carry, and he's got it up for maybe a yard.
Agnew with the carry.
Boy, with the way this one's starting, you would think that Heidelberg was the one an hour late getting here.
Right. Yeah, that caught me a little off guard today, but
Yeah, I think so. Maybe that was in the Pioneers' plans, was just to throw everything off by being an hour late. Pistol formation here on 2nd down and 9. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. 1 here on the near side. Handoff, Agnew. He's tripped up in the backfield and stopped back at midfield.
Agnew with the carry. Smith with a tackle for a loss.
Marker Smith in there on the stop.
and he's going to get another countless tackle to his total. But Blackiston there, those are the plays that don't show up in the stat sheet that he still does so effectively. He came a little bit upfield, a little bit maybe too far, but it cut the play right back to Parker Smith.
3rd down and long. They got about 12 to pick up. They got to get it past the 38-yard line to convert here. Connor Vierstra in the shotgun. Looking to pass. Slings it down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete as he was looking for his intended receiver. That was number 84. Justin Moser, the backup tight end there. It's going to bring up 4th down. And you got to think the Pioneers are probably going to punt this one away.
Yeah, in this situation, and
keep playing the field position, you know.
Yep.
They've had pretty good luck whenever they pin the Student Princes within their own territory.
That's right. And
so,
even if Heidelberg does go on a scoring drive of some kind, making them go to the field, that's going to burn more clock, and that's the only thing not on Heidelberg's side right now is that clock.
And they get the punt away. It's going to hit down at the 23, and it'll roll out of bounds.
Bailey's punt rolls out of bounds.
Right around the 18-yard line is where they'll mark it out. 17, actually. So he throws a flag there. I'm not sure what the flag was for.
Looks like we might have 2, and 2 flags down. Looked like Joseph Norris was doing some fighting fighting for position along the sideline there. I don't know if they're going to get him or a Marietta player.
Oh, so no foul on the play.
Okay.
I wonder if he was trying to throw his hat and just thought about, oh, wait, oops.
Yeah, that could be
Oh,
the case.
I meant to throw my hat there, sorry, because he did throw his hat because the gunner went out of bounds.
Right.
And, of course, he has to be touched before he can make the play on the ball.
Yeah.
So the Student Princes will take over at their own 17-yard line, trailing 21-3 with 12:07 left here in the first half.
The last time out, we saw them doing a lot of quick hitting throws, and including Yearby a lot. So we'll see if we get more of that.
Sims, handoff, Yearby, makes a man miss. He's into the open, 35-40, 45-50, to the 40, to the 30, 25-20, cuts inside and out of bounds, inside the 15 to the 11-yard line. Montavious Yearby, what a run.
Wow. And, he made 2 guys miss within the first 10 yards, and after that, it was just him and Brandon Reed racing each other down the sideline.
Let's watch that one again. What a move right there, and then whoop! And he was off to the races. What a beautiful move there by Montavious Yearby. Student Princes have it once again. Slings it out right side. That's Drew Sims. Completes it to his receiver, and he battles his way down to the 5-yard line. That's Dimitri Pennick on the reception.
Forkert and Knight with the tackle.
And we got trips bunched on the near side of the field now. Heidelberg right back up to the line. Montavious Yearby in the backfield with Drew Sims. Pennick, Reed.
Looks like there might be some confusion on the O-line right now. There we go.
Pennick, Reed, and I think Kelleher down here on the right side. Handoff, Yearby up the middle. And he's going to be close to the first down. He's inside the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. But just shy of the first down, 3rd down and short coming up here. We'll talk about some of those first quarter stats here in just a minute, as this has been a pretty exciting second quarter here for the Berg.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Sims in the shotgun once again. Back there with him, Montavious Yearby. Handoff, Yearby got tripped up, and he's going to be stopped right at the 5 and driven back to the 6-yard line.
Yearby with the carry. Newberger with another stop.
And this is going to bring out the field goal unit once again, as Brandon Steckel is going to come out and try to convert on the field goal.
And you know, in this situation, this close, you'd almost expect Heidelberg to go for it, as they can still get a first down without getting a touchdown. But, you know, Steckel, very reliable, especially at this range.
He is
guaranteed
3 field goals away from the school record here at Heidelberg.
Wow.
Snap is back, ball is down, the kick is up, and the field goal is good. Oh, so now he's only 1 away. My apologies, only 1 away from the all-time field goal record here at Heidelberg. So he came into today 3 away. He's got 2, so now he just needs 1 more, and he will be at least tied for the all-time lead.
Yeah, it looks like right now we have a 2-way tie at the top. Jesse Hawkins, the more recent one, graduated in 2010.
Woo-hoo!
And another reason to fire off that cannon. So yeah, and then the other, you want to know who the other one is? It is John Davis from the class of 1988. So.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully John's tuned in somewhere on the broadcast. We got a little shout out there. Whew, yeah, Zach, it's that cannon's getting you.
You'll want it to face the turner, though.
So far away half. Kicking off for the Bird. Number 59, David Harbaugh.
David Harbaugh to kick off for Heidelberg. Gets his foot into this one. And this is going to go deep and into the end zone for a touchback. Let's touch on some of those first quarter stats, Max, if you will.
Yeah, let's do it. So if you could believe that, if you could believe this, I should say, the time of possession is basically split down the middle from that first quarter, around 7 minutes apiece. Doesn't feel like it. And each team running the ball with some efficiency. You got Yearby at 22 yards, Treyvon with 13. For Marietta, Bryce Agnew so far has 9 carries, 26 yards. So he's been held in check so far.
For the most part, yeah.
And then for Heidelberg, they obviously Brandon Reed, the big 36-yard catch 2 drives ago. Jaron Curtis had a nice wheel route for 22 yards. And defensively, surprise, surprise, we have Zach Blackiston and Tyler Turk each with a tackle for loss.
And Easton St. Clair as well.
Yes.
Shotgun formation here. Agnew back there with Vierstra. Steps up into the pocket, delivers it down the field, and it's complete. He's got his receiver. I believe that's Baldwin on the reception. Trey Baldwin on the reception for Marietta. And he's got it up close to the first down marker. They'll mark him just shy at the 34-yard line.
You know, no sacks in that first quarter for Heidelberg, and a lot of these throws have been long throws or long developing routes.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Marietta can keep that up or if Heidelberg will make them pay from time to time.
And they have tried to bring pressure on multiple occasions. They have just not been able to get to Vierstra. 2nd and 1. Agnew takes the handoff, and he's going to be bottled up and stopped behind the line back at the 32-yard line. That's going to be good for a 2-yard loss. They'll mark him actually at the 32. Yep, so 3rd and 3 coming up
Third down.
This is a big-time third down for this Heidelberg defense. If they come up with a stop here, get the ball back for your offense, you can get points on the board before halftime.
Be a
It's
much
different
more
ball game.
much more manageable situation.
Two receivers on the near side of the field, one on the far side. Man in the backfield, Bryce Agnew back there with Connor Vierstra. Vierstra takes the snap, looking, steps up into the pocket, and he's going to take off and run with it. He's got the first down and then some. Close to the 45, they'll mark him down at the 44-yard line. But the big 6'4" junior just, man, he lowered the shoulder and just, he wasn't trying to slide there at all, Max.
No, he wanted all the contact. And, his first read there, it looked like it was going to be a quick little out route, possibly to Dre Baldwin. I just want to say Key Cunningham did a great job shutting that down and made him have to tuck it and run.
Shotgun set, 4 receivers on the field, 2 on each side. Vierstra back there now in the pistol. Bryce Agnew behind him. Vierstra takes the snap, handoff Agnew off the right side, and Zach Blackerston was all over that one from behind, man.
I thought he was a pull. If he wasn't wearing that gray jersey, I thought he was a pulling offensive lineman. How is he there that fast?
Goodness. Yeah, you can tell they didn't block him on the backside. Nope, unblocked completely. That's the last guy you don't want to block on the backside. 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Shotgun set. Vierstra, 2nd down and 14. Drops back to pass. They're trying to set up a screen, but it's not there. He just gets rid of it, unloads it out of bounds, and lives to play another day.
And they tried setting up a screen there to Agnew, getting him involved in the passing game, I believe. And Blackerston read it way too quickly.
Yeah.
So last play, he's unblocked. He sees, diagnoses, okay, I'm the backside guy. I'm not getting blocked. That one, he diagnoses, okay, they're not blocking me again. Can't be the same thing. Diagnoses the screen perfectly.
There it is. So 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 13 to go. Shotgun set. 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. Dawson Snyder and Dre Baldwin here on the near side. And they're going to take a timeout.
The play clock almost went on him.
The play clock was winding down, so wisely they take a timeout to avert a 3rd and even longer situation. We'll keep it right here with 6:57 left to play here in the first half. I want to give a shout out and a big thank you to all of our sponsors here on the Heidelberg broadcast. First, we'll start out with the Heart of Ohio sports side of things. We, of course, want to thank our sponsors, Chicadet Mexican Restaurant, as well as Pyramid Recruiting Offices. And then also on the Heidelberg side of things, big shout out and a thanks to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union and OSST Sport USA Pro Tracks. Of course, when we talk about Pyramid Recruiting Offices, now, Max, I know you've got your eyes on the broadcasting field, right?
Yes,
you want to be involved
absolutely.
in broadcasting in some way, shape, or form. Well, what if I told you there was an agency in Tiffin that could help employ you in the field that you're looking to be employed in? Now, they might not be able to place you with ESPN, but they can probably find you a job in the broadcasting field.
No, that sounds like a great opportunity.
Well, you need to take advantage of it. If you're looking for a job and you don't know how to find one, Pyramid Recruiting Offices, they're a full-service employment agency, and they have their roots firmly planted in the Tiffin community. So check them out if you are looking for a career, because I tell you, that's the best thing they do. They find great people, great jobs. Vierstra has pressure. He steps up into the pocket. Parker Smith applies the pressure, and he does get it away. I think they did make the completion. I'm not sure if it was out of bounds or not. No, they're going to say incomplete pass. So
it was a close one there, though. Receiver did bring it in.
Yes.
It was pressed too close to the sideline.
So 4th down coming up. That will bring out the punt unit, and that's a big-time stop here for this Heidelberg defense.
Yeah, Parker Smith there did a great job just waiting, being patient, because that D-line got home quickly. But if Smith didn't stay home, that might have been a 1st down picked up.
Yeah. And they get the punt away. End over end. It'll hit at the 12, rolls inside. And they're going to say it goes into the end zone for the touchback. Well, they're going to say first touch happened at the 4, but it did roll past the goal line, so. Yeah, we're going to take a look at that one again.
Yeah, great job tracking.
He did touch it at the 4, so they do have the option of taking the ball at first touch. That is always that's a rule. So
looks like Donaldson not
I
very
know.
happy with the call there.
I know.
Understandably so. Because that's huge. That swings at about 16 yards in field position, of course.
So Heidelberg will take over at their own 4-yard line. Max, they have had some disadvantageous field position to start this game.
Yeah, and it's normally the opposite we're used to seeing with Heidelberg. So see how they respond.
Wishbone set here as they hand it off. This is Yearby off the right side as he finds some running room, and he carries it out of bounds past the first down marker up to the 23-yard line. Montavious Yearby.
We got the total from his last run drive ago, and it was 71 yards. So he can flip the field at any moment.
Well, with that carry, that put him over 100 for the game already here in the first half, as he was sitting at 8 carries for 95 yards just before that play.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to get the false start as Dimitri Pennick is going to be the guilty party here. He was definitely ready to go.
Oh, yeah. He saw the cushion there. I'm not sure if he was doing a route or not, but it's not the first false start we've seen on the receivers today.
Pistol set, 3 backs in the backfield once again. 2 receivers, 1 on each side of the formation. Handoff, Yearby trying to find some running room up the middle. Not a whole lot of running room there. I'm not sure if was that Yearby or was that Ramey?
I think I see 28.
It was Yearby. Yeah, it was Yearby.
With those two and Curtis, we've touched on it in the past. All 3 very, very good as runners and as blockers. So any one of them could touch the ball, especially in a formation like this.
3 backs in the backfield once again. 2nd down and long. 2nd and 15 coming up. Sims back to pass. Slings it over the middle. He's got his man Pennick, and he drops the ball at the 35. Dimitri Pennick was the intended receiver, but once again, Drew Sims put it right on him.
And, he had a lineman falling at his feet, and he took a hit there. Still delivered a perfect ball.
3rd and long coming up. 4 receivers on the field, 2 on each side of the formation. Sims. And I think we got a free play here as Pennick, the intended receiver down the right sideline, incomplete. But we're going to see. I'm not sure if that's a free play or if that's a false start, because I think it might be a false start. We'll see what the call is. No. Offsides defense.
Okay, so it looked like James Sweat there did a good job reacting. And when he saw the Marietta defender come across the line, touch him.
Reach out, touch him. That's what you got to do. That's what you're taught to do. So a 3rd down and 9 coming up. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. 4 receiver set. Pistol formation here as Drew Sims looks to the sideline for the play adjustment. Montavious Yearby in the backfield with him. Sims calls for Reed to adjust his route here. Sims takes the snap. Pressure. Slings it over the middle. That's complete. He's got his man to the 40. And he's going to breaks a tackle to the 45. And he's into the open field. To the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 5 touchdown. What a play.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a play. I tell you what, man.
That's got to be the most lively we've seen the bench today. But look at that. Makes
Glenn Pearson just absolutely torched that defense.
Yeah, that's
Look at that.
Speed, him and Reed.
Blazing speed.
Once again, we see Reed in a foot race with his teammate down the field. And kind of also say Pennick coming in, not doing the blind side block, not doing anything like that, just getting in the way, throwing the hands up. And he throwing his hands up like that, he predicted the touchdown.
Beautiful, beautiful. So 13 unanswered points here for Heidelberg.
And hey, one possession game. After the start that happened, that's all you can ask for right now.
Absolutely. And, you question, when they got down the field, they weren't able to punch it in for 6. They had to take those 3 points. You question at the time, you're like, man, they really needed those 6 points. But you got to keep chipping away. You got to get the points whenever you can get them. When you're down by as much as they were, you just got to take them whenever you can get them. And those field goals, now it's a one-possession ball game.
Right, and Marietta, they get to start the second half with the football. So just as many points as you can get on the board right now before halftime hits, and that's the mentality it seems like the coaching staff has gone with.
So Drew Sims making his return today after Shane Treyvon got the start. Played the first 3 series, and then Drew Sims came in after that, and we
haven't looked back.
Yeah. It's been Drew Sims ever since. Same with Montavious Yearby. Kickoff, return, fielded at the 2-yard line. They bring it up just shy of the 20-yard line to the 19. That's number 2 on the return there for Marietta. Nate Hinckley on the return. First down, Marietta at their own 19-yard line. And, Max, this is what they need if you're the Heidelberg special teams unit. If you're the Heidelberg defense, you need to have more drives where they're backed up inside their own territory.
Yeah, there was a lot of energy on that kick return, and you can feel – it's not there yet, but you can feel the momentum starting to sway back towards Heidelberg.
Old Uncle Mo's making his way back over to the Heidelberg sideline.
Yes.
And, hey, they got to use the throne.
Yeah.
Vierstra fakes the handoff. Now he's looking down the left sideline, and it is incomplete as he was trying to find John Sierpatowski.
Pass intended for Sierpatowski.
And, Agnew, now he's under 2 yards a carry, and I don't know if you try to reestablish him now. You still have the lead. You're not in a 2-minute drill yet with halftime coming up. Still over 4 minutes, so interested to see how they use him for the remainder of the half.
Second down and 10. 2 receivers stacked on the far side of the formation. Connor Vierstra back to pass. Looking over the middle, and it's nearly picked off. What a nice read there by Rudy Peerless as he came up from his safety position and nearly picked that one off. But as they say, that's why he's on the defensive side of the ball.
Exactly. And, that was a very tight window to fit the ball into. Isaiah Kammer underneath really forced the throw to go wide, and he was sitting right there waiting for it. Just got to bring it in.
Third and long. 3 receivers set. Tight end on the left side of the formation. Bryce Agnew back in the backfield with Vierstra back to pass. Pressure, steps up, dumps it off over the middle. Oh, nearly picked off. But 2 defenders collide trying to make the play. And that is going to be – now let's take a look at this one again. Yeah. Vierstra just trying to get something. Yeah, and I'll tell you.
On that one, his coaches might tell him, hey, you just got to eat that, take it, because he had 2 receivers crossing that area, which meant there were 2 Heidelberg defenders right there, too.
Yeah, you can't always make chicken salad, just saying.
Yeah.
Punt unit back onto the field, and they get the punt away. End-over-end punt. Muffed at the 40-yard line, back to the 32, and Pearson on the return. We got an injured player down on the field here.
It looks like it's going to be number 34, Anthony Sabatino, on the special teams unit there, but he's able to make it over to the bench, it appears.
All right, so Heidelberg will take over at their own 34-yard line, trailing by 8 now, after trailing by as many as 21 here in this game. With 4:16 left to play here in the first half, they have a chance to tie it up before they go into the locker room here.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that drive for Marietta there took off a grand total of like 50 seconds?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. So that's huge for Heidelberg.
Sims, quick pitch, Yearby, left side, trying to find a little running room, but there's not much there. Actually, there's nothing there as that defense was all over that play.
Yearby with the carry. Newberger with the tackle.
And, you know, running to the boundary like that can always be a very congested area. We saw just that there.
2nd down and 13. They said Newberger, Drake Newberger. He is the Marietta career sack leader, 35 and a half. And that pass incomplete. We're going to flag somewhere around the 29-yard line here,
Pass intended for Pearson.
as this one's most likely going to be an offside penalty. It is indeed the call, offside against Heidelberg, or offside against Marietta, my apologies. So this one going against the Pioneers. So it was a free play.
Yeah.
They knew it.
And, you know, Sims has been doing a great job of exploiting that. They're a bit jumpy down there right now.
Just a little bit. 2nd down and 8. 4 receivers set, shotgun formation. Drew Sims back in the backfield with Montavious Yearby. Pennick and Reed on the near side. Kelleher and Pearson on the left. Sims back to pass. Slings it right side. Intended for Pennick, but it is incomplete as he was going for Pennick right around midfield. This will bring up 3rd down and long. Stick around for the halftime show. We'll have an interview with the recently crowned homecoming king and queen. That's right, and we will have the full halftime festivities. So don't go anywhere. 3:33 left here in the first half. Sims in the shotgun. 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. Two receivers stacked on each side of the formation. Sims back to pass, slings it over the middle. Oh, nearly a one-handed catch by Pearson, but he's unable to bring it in. That would have been one heck of a play.
Yeah. Would have topped his long touchdown run possibly, just in the catch alone maybe.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and the punt unit will come onto the field now for Heidelberg. So a little bit of a momentum stall here now.
Yeah.
First time we've seen the punt unit since
back in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Fourth and 8. Parker Smith on to punt for Heidelberg, and he gets it away from his own 25-yard line. Fielded at the 20. No fair catch called for, and the return unit is right there to make the stop as soon as he makes the catch.
Yeah, very surprising there. He had a couple guys closing in.
Dawson Snyder, not a very wise play there, as he probably should have just called for the fair catch. But he was just trying to make something happen. Luckily for him, though, he was able to retain possession. And the Pioneers will take over at their own 20-yard line. Still leading 21-13. There's 3:20 left here in the first half.
Yeah, they're in a very similar spot that they were the last time they had the ball deep in their own territory with a little over the 2-minute drill mark. You don't have to rush yet, but we'll see if they have to, how long they can maintain possession of the ball here.
Handoff. Agnew. Short carry. Maybe a yard or two. That's about it. They have really done a nice job bottling him up.
Yeah, very, very unexpected. Very unexpected slow start, I should say, for Agnew.
After this play, we'll check in with our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings. Check the atmosphere down there on the sidelines here. Once again, right after this play, 2nd and 8 coming up here. Vierstra in the shotgun. Back there with him, Bryce Agnew. Two receivers on the near side of the field. Sling it out. Left side, and I think he's going to be right at the first down marker. Should be good enough for a first down. All right, let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings. Treyvon, hey, man, it's your first time down on the sidelines. What's the feel like down there today?
Yeah, man, great atmosphere. Obviously, got off to a slow start, but energy was a little quiet down here, but big plays by Glenn Pearson on the big touchdown, and energy is popping now. We'll see if Heidelberg can get the ball back before halftime and see if they can score. But great atmosphere. Donaldson running down the sideline by the big special teams play, and I'll tell you what, it was really dead down here, and these guys really pumped up now. So great atmosphere for football too. So back to you guys.
All right, thanks again, Treyvon. Appreciate that insight. Once again, Treyvon Hastings, our sideline reporter today, filling in for Joey Krajewski and doing an outstanding job down there.
I was going to say, showing off his versatility, whether it's up here, down the field.
Yeah.
Does a great job.
Jack of all trades. Vierstra in the shotgun on 3rd and 1. Three receivers off to the right side. They've got two stacked in the slot and one out flanker off to the right. Well, interesting formation here. You don't see this very often.
Oh.
Tight end on the right side, or on the left side, sorry. Hand off to Agnew, and he's going to be bottled up and stopped short of the line, but hang on. There's a flag that flies in at the end of the play.
Yeah, I think I see
There's a
him.
Marietta offensive lineman holding a helmet of a student prince. So I can only imagine Tyler Turek having to reattach his head here.
And, you know, there were so many bodies.
There's got to be an offensive face mask on. Hands to the
right.
face, you know, something. We'll see what the call is here. 3rd and 1 was the play, and they stopped him for a no gain on the play.
Yeah, it looked like Agnew might have had a second chance to get through there after a tackler missed, but it was too much of a pile.
Still trying to clear up the penalty here. A little confusion among the officiating staff. They're going to say no flag on the play? Okay. Personal foul against Heidelberg. What happened? How is that a personal foul?
So we're going to maybe see at the end of the play here.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but
all I know, I saw Turek come up from the bottom of the pile without a helmet, and I just
yeah, that's
jumped
all
to
I saw, and
conclusions.
that's it's easy to jump to conclusions when you see that.
Yeah.
Vierstra in the shotgun. Once again, that formation. Stacked receivers in the slot. Vierstra slings it down the field, going for a man downfield, and they're going to pick it off at the 15-yard line. That's Peerless on the interception. He's going to bring it back past the 30, up to the 33.
You know,
Rudy
I think,
Peerless.
Yeah, it's got to be the first major mistake we've seen from Vierstra today. And, I mean, he threw a deep ball. There were two guys running down the field, but nowhere near where the ball ended up. And Rudy Peerless just plays center field on that one.
Yeah. So Vierstra with his first real mistake today. I mean, he threw an interception earlier, but you can't fault him. He was trying to make a play. That one was just.
And he was getting hit during that one.
Yeah.
So
This one was just a bad throw.
he'll advise the. It wasn't 3rd and long, so it's not a throwing punt by any means.
1st and 10. Sims drops back, slings it down the field. Dimitri Pettit comes down with the reception at the 42-yard line. What a catch as he goes up in between two defenders to make that play.
Wow.
Beautiful catch there.
Yeah, that's the first explosive play we've seen to Pennick today.
Pennick all by himself here on the near side. Three receivers out on the far side. Sims slings it over the middle, completes it, and he's into the open. 10-5, touchdown, Heidelberg! Brandon Reed.
Wow. And just like that.
Beautiful. And that's just how you draw it up right there, Max.
And if we get a look at the replay, or even if we don't, I just want to say, Drew Sims on that one, watch when he throws the ball. Reed isn't even looking. He's not even prepared yet. And there it is.
Yep.
Great recognition by Sims on that one.
What a beautiful pass. And what a great catch by Reed. And the run after the catch puts him into the end zone and brings this one within 2 points. And now it is just a 1-point ball game. So after trailing 21-0, Heidelberg has clawed their way all the way back to a 1-point ball game.
You know, you can't make this up. You can't write that kind of script, even if you wanted to. I mean,
what an exciting ball game here today on the OAC Network and on Heart of Ohio Sports. Max, this is about all you can ask for.
Yeah,
if you're a football fan.
And this is just demonstrating the don't give up attitude by Heidelberg.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me? They took every one of Marietta's best punches, and that was in the first quarter alone.
So, you know, we've got a lot more football to play. We mentioned that back when it was 21-3.
Yes.
You said first quarter you don't want to get down this early, and there's a lot of football left to play. Well, there's still a whole half of football left to play. But old Uncle Mo making his way back over to that Heidelberg sideline, it's got to feel good. You know, for this Heidelberg team to get down early knowing this defense is going to keep them in any game they're in.
Mm-hmm. As long as you set them up a little bit better than they were, and they've done that. They've done that.
Keep that ball inside the 40, 50-yard line, and, to the 30, to the 35, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line is, I believe that was number 1, Dawson Snyder on the return.
Yeah, he left a couple Heidelberg defenders behind there.
If he was a little quicker, he'd have been gone, but nevertheless, Marietta takes over at their own 37-yard line with a 1-point lead now after leading by as many as 21.
Yeah, and as much as we're talking about Heidelberg and the elation on that sideline, Marietta, you got to do something to at least slow down this Heidelberg momentum. You got to make a play happen here, or at least just get to the half. That's
so on a touchdown, when a quarterback throws to a receiver, they both get to sit in the throne? Who sits on whose lap?
I was going to say,
how does this work?
You share the armrest? I don't know.
Handoff, Agnew off the right side, and what a great pursuit from behind as Tyler Turek doesn't get there at first, but he doesn't give up and chases him down from behind.
Yeah, made possible there. Jared Evans, if we're going to give out assists, that's the perfect time to cut that back. 2nd
down and 10 coming up, and I think Marietta just as soon is just going to be like, hey, let's run one more play and let's go to the locker room. How about that, guys, huh?
Yep, they do get the second half kickoff, so.
Not a whole lot of urgency in their play calling here. Down to 30 seconds left here in the first half. 21-20 your score. Vierstra rolls to his left, looking, pressured, and he's going to be dropped behind the line, back at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we definitely need another look at that.
Jared Evans in on the stop.
He beat the tackle right upfield.
Bennett Roberts in there as well. The 2 defensive tackles.
At the end of the first half.
And that's the end of the first half. That is exactly how you respond when you go down 21-0.
Yeah.
You say, hey, we still got plenty of time to go. Let's make it a ball game. 21-20 is your score. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have the entire halftime performance by the Heidelberg Marching Band. And we'll also have an interview with the recently crowned homecoming king and queen. It's all coming to you next right here on the OAC Network and on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Nate Mullins here. You're watching Heidelberg football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out the Over Under podcast every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning. Thank you, guys.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yes, sir. Oh, we gotta stick out a.
So carry on, wayward son. Alumni of the Heidelberg Band. We have Annabelle Auble, Joel Wardman, Maya Brower, David Carey, Daniel Korfman, Faye Korfman, Ashley Dawson, Chris Durig, Carol Hustiger, the director.
It'll be in the track, just in.
Robbie Futrell, the man behind the mic, myself, Rocky Hurst, Lindsay Ford, Marcus Johnson, Aurora Kinney, Janine Kramer, Randy Mann, Kathy Miller, Art Page, Erica Warnke, Allie Wiggins, Dennis Williams, Dana Bowman-Lever, and please welcome back our former director of bands at Heidelberg University, Mr. John Waters. The theme for this year's homecoming is Viva Las Heidelberg. So we thought, what the heck? It only seems appropriate that we play this hit from Elvis of almost the same title. So put on your blue suede shoes, give your hound dog a treat, and whatever you do, don't be cruel. Because it's Viva Las Vegas! with the sounds of cannons, bells, and of course, fireworks. It's the moment that all Bird fans have been waiting for this whole season, the playing of the 1812 Overture. Let's have a great big round of applause for our cannon guys, Dan Corfin and Bob Gilmore, and their crew of fireworks by Hamburg Fireworks. Direct your attention to the center of the field to meet the 2022 homecoming court. Please welcome Hannah Belansky, a criminology major from Willoughby, Ohio, nominated by the Heidelberg softball team. Please welcome Clay Bowden, a Defiance, Ohio native and a biology major, nominated nominated by Delta Sigma Chi. Next, please welcome Ethan Campbell, a computer science Heidelberg Marching Band. Next, we have Celia DeTrey from Oak Harbor, Ohio, a music education major nominated for court by Delta Sigma Chi. Now, please welcome Gina Fulham, a biology major from Lima, Ohio, nominated by the ACS Chemistry Club and Student Alumni Affairs Association. Next, welcome Maximilian Hattie from Trenton, Michigan, a computer science major nominated by Nu Sigma Alpha. Currently playing at Hidden Valley, we recognize Lexi Langwasser, a Reynoldsburg, Ohio native and health science major nominated by Heidelberg Women's Soccer. Now please welcome Jace Porter, a music performance major from Charleston, Massachusetts, nominated by the Heidelberg Marching Band. Now welcome Ryan Schock, an exercise science major from Rockaway, Ohio, nominated by the Heidelberg football team. And finally, welcome Megan Vesley from Louisville, Ohio, a business marketing major nominated by Kappa Psi Omega, Thanasis, and the High Gate. We are so pleased to welcome our 2021 Heidelberg Homecoming royalty, Lauren Mussig and Seth Eisenhower, to crown this year's homecoming royalty. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Our 2022 homecoming royalty is Megan Basley and Ryan Schock.
All right. I have with me the homecoming royalty winners, Ryan Schock, football player, and Megan Vesley. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Do you guys have anything you want to say just for the stream or anything? Anybody? Want to thank?
Just want to thank my peers for, picking me, I guess.
For sure. Just want to thank everyone around me. I don't want this week to be over, but I'm glad it's ending like this. So thank you.
All right. That's all I have. So back to you guys up top in the press box.
All right, and we're back here at Hoernemann Stadium on the campus of Heidelberg University. We're here at halftime. Nate Mullins, Max Drummond. We got a full crew here with us today, and we had a heck of a first half, Max.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really exciting, and for maybe not the reasons we expected coming in, but it's ended up being a pretty good game.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people expected that kind of a first half, but we got it, and we're here. And, Heidelberg's going to have to kick off to start here in the second half. So they're going to have to come up with another stop defensively. But I think as long as they can keep the ball inside the 40-yard line, they got a much better shot at coming up with that defensive stop because Marietta, they've showed a lot of success in short field situations, but when they've had to go the length of the field, well, they haven't really showed a whole lot of success.
Right, that's been the major difference so far. Their longest play from scrimmage for the Pioneers has been 32 yards. Outside of that, not a lot of explosive plays, especially from their star running back, Bryce Agnew, just been held to about 1 yard a carry, and I'm blown away by that stat. Yeah. Maybe not that surprising for the Heidelberg defense. They're top 3 in rush defense in the conference. And then offensively, I think the explosive plays that Marietta is lacking right now, that's what made the difference for Heidelberg.
Absolutely.
We saw a 77-yard touchdown pass to Pearson, 42 yards to Reed, and you mix in a Montavious Yearby 71-yard run, and that's why we're back at 21-20.
David Harbaugh kicks it off, and we are underway here at the start of the second half. Kickoff is bobbled at the 1 yard line. He had to retreat back into the end zone to pick it up, and the result is him going out of bounds at the 8 yard line.
We've seen a couple miscues from both sides on special teams now. And what did you just say? Starting inside?
Yes.
Your own territory, deep inside your own territory like this, and Marietta's not doing themselves any favors.
No, none whatsoever. Nate Hinckley kind of made an attempt at catching it, but didn't come up with it. Yeah. And then he had to go back and get it into the end zone. So, hey, man, that's a live ball. So, Pioneers take over at their own 8 yard line. Coming out of the shotgun set, 2 receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far side of the field. Tight end on the left side of the formation. Bryce Agnew settles on the right hip. Veerstra. Connor Veerstra, handoff. Agnew gets it up to the 10, about the 11 yard line, and that's about it. Now, Max, you mentioned, this Heidelberg defense done a great job in the first half of limiting Bryce Agnew's opportunities opportunities in the rushing game. That was a key. When I talked with Scott Donaldson this morning on the Saturday scoreboard, I said, what are the keys today for this game? What's the keys for you guys for victory? That was the first thing he mentioned. Stop Bryce Agnew.
And, the longer that they go on to struggle the ball, I think the more it's going to affect the passing game. Veerstra started the game 8 of 8 since. He's been 3 of 11. So the lack of running game is starting to affect them.
Handoff, Agnew. Found a little bit more running room up to the 15 yard line, but still going to be 3rd down and about 3 coming up. They need to get it to the 18 to pick up the first down here. Quickly back up to the line. Marietta ready to call that next play here. Connor Veerstra coming up to the line. Looks like he's possibly getting a play adjustment here.
And, in these 3rd intermediates, we saw a lot of passing the ball in the first half. I wonder if they'll change it up, maybe run the ball here instead and try to get it.
They went 2 straight runs. Let's see what they go here. Once again, a fake run, and Veerstra's going to keep it himself off the left side, and he found some running room, and he picks up the first down. Now, we've seen that a couple times early in the game. Veerstra has 2 rushing touchdowns on that exact same play.
Yeah, he's been real patient and letting the defense fool themselves and expect Agnew to get it like we do, and he does a great job just picking up what's there.
Or do you think that was more of an option play?
Most definitely.
He had the option to, basically he was reading the defensive end in that situation, and whatever the defensive end showed him, that's what he was going to do.
Right.
3 receivers on the far side of the field. Shotgun formation, pistol set. Veerstra takes the snap, turn around, handoff. Agnew, now he's got some running room, and he breaks his way into the open down to the 37-yard line. But we got a flag. Well, we might have a reason why there was some open running room there.
Yeah. Yeah, easily his longest run of the day, but clear to see why. Yeah.
Yes. There was a reason why that hole was so big.
Yep.
So the holding is a spot foul. It occurred right around the 22-yard line, so that should back him up. Oh, actually, 24-yard line, so it'll back him up to the 14. It'll bring up a 1st and long. Let's see if they clear up the situation here, because I think there's a little bit of confusion as to the down and distance and the situational.
Should be, yeah, first and 19.
Yes.
Comes out to.
So 1st and 19. Ball at the 14-yard line. Veerstra. Handoff, Agnew off the right side. And he just keeps moving that pile forward. And they move it all the way up to the 22-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage. Spencer Rayback on the tackle.
You know, at 5'9", 215, he's a real bowling ball style running back. Once he gets those feet moving, it's tough to stop him.
2nd down and 11 coming up here. Oh. Veerstra looking left side, picked off, intercepted at the 28-yard line. Whoo, what a pick there by Treyvon Wiley.
Wow, talk about just reading the quarterback's eyes. He was patient enough to wait, see where the receiver's going, and it led him right to the ball.
Yeah. And, Veerstra, he didn't really deliver a good ball there. I don't know if he maybe had a misread there. Maybe he was trying to put that out in front of his receiver. Maybe the receiver just broke off early off his route.
Well, I was going to say, we saw Wiley and the receiver fighting for position there. Their arms were still locked when the ball was let go, so I'm not even sure if the receiver was expecting
Wiley gets to sit in the throne. Tremont Wiley.
Hey, and now we finally see Heidelberg's turn to start deep in opposing field position.
Student Princes have it at the 28. Drew Sims slings it down the field. He's got a man at the 5. Wow. And he comes up with the catch. Brandon Reed, what a catch at the 5-yard line.
And, he did that on Marietta's #1 corner. Tyreek Martin did a double move to the outside, and he got at least 2 yards of separation there, if not more. Yeah, we'll see it here.
1st and goal at the 5.
Fits right in.
Yearby takes the handoff, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
That like we talked about at halftime, the explosive plays have really been what's put some life into this Heidelberg offense, and it continues to do so.
So 2nd down coming up here. 2nd and goal from the 5. 3 backs in the backfield. Drew Sims in the pistol formation. 2 receiver set. Sims slings it out right side into the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Pennick down here on the right side, and it goes right off the hands of Dimitri Pennick. Nice coverage there on the play by Malik Melton.
And it looks like, yep, we're going to see the 2 running backs go out of the game. They've liked going to that pistol formation with the 3 running backs in there.
It's like a variation of the wishbone almost.
Yeah, and shot in the shotgun.
Shotgun set, little pistol look here. Sims slings it out right side into the end zone, incomplete. It was right at the goal line, intended for Brandon Reed, and that'll bring out the field goal unit. But I tell you, that field goal unit, they've been pretty consistent today. And this will be for the tie for the all-time lead in field goals as far as career leaders at Heidelberg University.
Yep, Steckel, guy that's been here since fall of 2019. So doing a pretty quick work of it so far.
Snap is back, ball is down, the kick is up, and the field goal is good. Brandon Steckel now tied atop the Heidelberg leaderboard for all-time leading field goals. One more field goal will put him atop the leaderboard.
Yeah, and that's another situation, maybe to the dismay of some Berg fans wanting to see them go for it, but it's been what's gotten them to this point and helped them take the lead now.
Yes.
Which I'm sure many fans here did not even consider as a possibility in the first quarter.
Now he is tied currently with 2 other Heidelberg alums. Jesse Hawkins with 28 field goals from 2007 to 2010, and John Davis also with 28 field goals from 1985 to 1988. So tied atop the leaderboard is Brandon Steckel. Of course, I remember Stephen Smith when he was here. Excellent field goal kicker for Heidelberg. That kid had some range. He could hit from 40 plus.
Yeah, I was going to say that. He was there for the first few years of Donaldson's coaching career here as head coach.
David Harbaugh on to kick off for Heidelberg. And the Student Princes, for the first time today, lead 23-21. And we got a nice return here. And he's going to take it out of bounds as Brandon Snyder carries it out of bounds. Dawson Snyder, my apologies. So up to the 44-yard line is where Marietta will start out. Snyder's had a couple of nice returns here today.
Yeah, he's really set them up nicely, and we'll see if Marietta's offense can do a little bit to continue that.
3 receivers on the near side of the field. They've got Dawson Snyder and John Serpatowski stacked in the slot. And then in the flanker, they have Dre Baldwin here all by himself on the near side. Pistol formation. Bryce Agnew back in the shotgun. Connor Veerstra, hands off. No, fake the handoff. Veerstra looking down the field. He's got a man wide open, but underthrows his intended receiver. And I don't know how that's possible. He had the wind at his back with that one. So, man, he must have tried to take a little bit off of it, thinking he might overthrow him with the wind.
And, that right there shows the gravity that Agnew has. I mean, the ball was held there for about 3 seconds in play action, or RPO, whichever you'd like to call it. And that drew up 2 All-Americans there, Tremont Wiley and Griffin Pendry on that half of the field. We're going to sell out for the run, it looks like. And receiver slipped right past him.
23-21 is your score. Heidelberg leading Marietta. 10:32 left to play here in the third quarter. Pioneers have it at the 44-yard line. Veerstra, handoff. No, fakes the handoff. Now slings it down the middle. He's looking for his man. Oh, what a catch! What a catch! Justin Moser might have got a little bit of space there in coverage, but he gets away with it, and a nice catch. That was a one-handed catch right there.
Yes, every bit of it. He had Griffin Pendry in his face the whole time, and it's crazy to see a throw like that right after the one before it. I mean, that one was pinpoint accurate.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line, inside Heidelberg territory. Connor Veerstra looking to the sideline for the play adjustment. He has it. 2 receivers stacked on the right side of the formation. H-back and a tight end on the left side. Fake the handoff. Vierstra slings it over the middle. Picked off once again. Intercepted.
And
this time, I believe, you got Easton St. Clair.
They better warm up that throne for him.
Get the seat warm. Bust out the robe.
You got some guys ready for
They're
him.
dusting it off. Look at it's dusting it off.
You know, they've been taking advantage of using the play action, and right there, didn't fool St. Clair.
Yeah, the defense did not bite at all. And an underthrown ball, once again, it was behind the receiver. St. Clair just takes advantage. Perfect place at the perfect time. So Heidelberg takes over, leading now 23-21. First time on offense they've had possession with the lead. Handoff, Yearby up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's got it up to the 26-yard line before they bring him down there.
That was a very impressive broken tackle off of Kyler Folkert, who actually for Marietta was OAC Player of the Week last week. We haven't called his name very much today. I've been surprised there. And misses a tackle on Yearby.
Brady McManaway in on the stop for the Pioneers. Shotgun set, pistol look here. Sims back to pass, slings it over the middle. That's complete. He's got his man at the first down marker, and he fights forward for a couple extra yards there, as I believe that was Conyer on the reception.
You know, and I think he's a guy that sometimes gets forgotten about in this offense with all the other playmakers, and he's a real weapon there, especially after the catch.
He's such a mismatch in the slot, especially. You split him out wide. There's not many guys that can cover him. Sims looking over the middle of the field. Reception by Reed at the 45-yard line. Brandon Reed brings it in. And another first down for Heidelberg. They're on the move once again.
You know, that was some great patience by Sims. The window was open a little bit before he let it out, but the safety was coming down. He timed it just right.
Receivers stacked on both sides of the formation here. Sims back to pass. Looking, steps up into the pocket, gets rid of it, and he just throws this one away as he was definitely being chased from behind by a couple of Marietta defenders. And Sims is pleading his case to the referee, saying, you know, what do I got to do to get the call here? They called one earlier against Heidelberg.
Yes.
For, I think, a lesser infraction. Pistol set here. 3 receivers on the field, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. H-back on the left side of the formation. You've got Montavious Yearby back in the backfield. Drew Sims looks to the sideline for the play adjustment. He has it. Comes up to the line, makes the call. Sims takes the snap. Handoff. Yearby finds some running room off to the left now. Stiff arm to the ground and carries forward for a gain of about 4. That was a mean-looking stiff arm right there.
Yeah, and, you know, bouncing the play outside, that's something he specializes in, and also showing us a little bit of the power he's got.
And that's something this Heidelberg offense has been missing with, you know, in his absence. T.J. Ramey's a very physical running back, but he's not going to make very many guys miss. He's going to run people over.
Exactly. Yeah, the open field awareness and speed, Yearby really is a talent when it comes to that.
3rd down and 6. Handoff. Yearby up the middle. Nothing doing there. Defense was right there to make the stop. As in on the stop, Malik Melton and Drake Newberger. That'll bring up 4th down. So the punt unit will come out onto the field. And this is a wise call here by the Heidelberg coaching staff, because, you know, this is a situation where a lot of teams might think, okay, it's too long to kick the field goal, but it's kind of too short to punt it, so we're going to go. No. They're playing ball control right now.
Right, and we saw on their, I believe, their opening offensive possession, Heidelberg go for it on 4th down and give it to Marietta on their own 40. So learning from the first half, that's for sure.
Right. Parker Smith gets this one away. End-over-end punt, hits down at the 12, and it rolls out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. We'll see where they mark it out. They'll say it actually does hit out at the 12-yard line. So Marietta will take over at their own 12-yard line, but that's an excellent decision right there. Because, I mean, if they try to go for it, they don't make it. There's a 28-yard difference there in where Marietta takes the ball at.
Well, yeah, at least, if not more.
So once again, Marietta takes over, trailing 23-21. What? Burgers are only $3?
That's a pretty good deal right there.
All right, Max, I'll be right back.
Need me to hold it down for you?
Connor Veerstra in the shotgun formation. Two receivers on the far side, and they're going to call a timeout here. They see something they did not like. I heard it from the press box before I saw it on the field.
Yeah, and on the first play of the drive, to let the play clock get down like that. The coaches for Marietta certainly don't want to see that. And this is a real, probably not the most important drive for Marietta of the game so far, but I think just moving the ball is something that they haven't done this half, and it's their third shot at it. They had a little bit of success going to Agnew, so I'd like to see if they try to go back with that, or if Heidelberg really tries to load the box and just make them throw it. I mean, we've seen Veerstra make a couple mistakes now.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to see what happens here. Now, I got to give some thanks and some shout-outs here.
Sure.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, they've been a part of this community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative, and they're delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop at your Legacy Federal Credit Union, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA, and Agnew into the open. And he is out of bounds, past the 35, up to the 37-yard line, doing my best Marty Brenneman impression there.
I think you pulled it off. Yeah, each drive of the second half, we've seen him attain a new long on the ground for the day. Right there, big run. Gets the tempo going.
Right back up to the line. Agnew on the carry. This time, defense makes the stop after just a 3-yard gain. They'll actually give him 4 forward progress up to the 41-yard line. So Bryce Agnew finding a little bit more real estate now, as I think the defensive line the offensive line starting to wear on that defensive line a little bit. And now you're starting to find a little bit more lanes for the running game.
I think that carry there gets Agnew to 20. So now that's 6 out of 7 games so far, hitting the 20 attempts mark for him.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers set. Tight end on each side of the formation. Agnew takes the handoff, and the defense is right there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage.
Agnew with the carry. Flanagan, first at the scene.
Big time stop there by Nolan Flanagan. 3rd and 5. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. 1 man in the backfield. Tight end on the left side of the formation. Connor Veerstra looks to the sideline for the play call. He's got the adjustment. Comes back up to the line, makes the call.
In the spot right here, we'll probably see Blackiston and company pin their ears back.
Veerstra back to pass, slings it out right side, completes to Agnew, but oh man, what a great job on coverage.
Yeah, he shot up the field.
Beautiful job there.
I was busy checking out the D-line, see how much progress they were going to make in the pass rush. I'd like to see if a Marietta receiver even got their hands on him to block. No, just runs right past everybody.
Yeah, Key Cunningham did a great job there coming in to make the play. Just was not fooled whatsoever. And they get the punt away. This one a little bit of a wobbler. It hits at the 31. It'll roll backwards and then takes a Marietta bounce to the 28-yard line, and that's where they'll down it. That's where the Student Princes will take over. So we'll get another look at the offense here. Now, since they've taken the lead, they've had 2 straight possessions where they've been unable to score. And thankfully, this defense has held strong since the first quarter, though.
Yeah, we've had a lot of field position football here after the field goal to start the third quarter.
I had to look to see if there was a sweater vest on the sideline somewhere here. A little ball control,
yeah.
Special teams, defense. don't see that very often in college football these days. It's a lot of run and gun, sling it.
Right. What we saw in the first
Spread it out.
half.
Sims steps up into the pocket, delivers it over the middle. That's Conyer. Nice little hurdle there as he gets over the defender and gets it forward for about a 5-yard gain. Devin Conyer finding a little bit more success in the passing game now.
Yeah, not easy to make. Folkert missed, and that's exactly what he did.
2 receivers on the near side of the field. Drew Sims looks to the sideline for the play adjustment. Brandon Reed in the slot. You've got Dimitri Pennick down here by himself on the near side. They sling it out right for Reed. Reed comes up, makes the catch, and he's got the first down up to the 39-yard line. Nice little wide receiver bubble screen there as he just comes down, makes the catch, and Pennick comes up to make the block on what would have been his defender.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They basically leave Pennick 2-on-1 since Reed's catching the ball, and they trust Reed's speed to get out there in the open field and make a man miss to get the first down.
2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Sims, handoff, Yearby up the middle, shot out of a cannon as he carries the ball up near the first down marker. They'll mark him down at the 48-yard line. But we saw a lot of cannons at halftime. It looked like Yearby was just shot out of one of them on that one.
Yeah, doing his best impersonation of that. And, he's averaging close to 8 yards a carry. That might take him over 8 yards a carry for the game.
Shotgun set, pistol look here. H-back on the left side of the formation. Sims takes the snap, handoff. Yearby is hit as soon as he gets the ball, and they're going to say no gain on the play.
Yearby with the carry. Newberger with some help from Knight.
Newberger on the stop here. And third down coming up for Heidelberg. Down to 2:07 left to play here in the third quarter. 23-21 is your score. Heidelberg leading Marietta here after trailing 21-0. They've come all the way back to take the lead here in the third quarter. Drew Sims in the pistol formation. Takes the snap. Hand off to Yearby, and he buries his head forward, keeps those legs churning, and picks up the first down. Moving the ball inside Pioneer territory to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that was quite the collision right up the middle with Brady McMahon away, just head-to-head, and Yearby wins that one.
3 receiver set here. Sims once again settles into the pistol. Back to pass. Pressure. Steps off to his left side. He's rolling out, looking. Gets rid of it down the field, and there's nobody home as he just had to get rid of that one as the defender applying pressure from behind. I believe that was 51 on the pressure, Drake Newberger. And he has really picked up his play here in the second half.
Yeah, we've been calling his name a lot and, forcing quicker throws or rollouts, throws on the run, and those are obviously most of the time a lot more inaccurate.
3 receiver set once again, 2 on the far side, 1 on the near side. That's Dimitri Pennick all by himself here on the near side of the field. Second down and 10. Sims over the middle. He's got Conyer, and Conyer has the first down up to the 39-yard line. They'll actually mark him down to the 38-yard line. So nice catch by Conyer, and he is really starting to establish himself as a bit of a security blanket for Drew Sims.
Yeah, a lot of short routes and making things happen.
3 receivers on the right side, and they hand it off. That's Montavious Yearby on the carry, as he's got it up to the 35-yard line.
Yearby with the carry.
And, when we see this many runs up the middle or through the A-gaps, we expect T.J. Ramey in there doing the dirty work, if you will, but Yearby doing it himself right now.
And, you got to wonder, Max, they started the game out with Ramey and Treyvon,
Mm-hmm.
but then since Drew Sims and Yearby have come in, we have not seen them come out of the ball game.
Right.
You got to think maybe what was their plan initially? Maybe they were thinking that they could get through this one without him, maybe.
Yeah, and as soon as the deficit became clear, they weren't taking any chances.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just an assumption on my part. I don't know if that was the case at all. I just kind of thought it was interesting that they haven't gone back to them at all since then. But these are your guys. These are your dudes.
Yep.
That's who you go to war with right here.
Yeah, they've been big reasons and catalysts behind a lot of wins here the past couple of years.
Absolutely. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 35-yard line. Pistol formation. 2 receivers on the far side. 2 receivers on the near side. And we're going to get an illegal motion. I don't know, timeout. I'll say I didn't think it was illegal. I thought it was good. I don't know why they were stopping the play. But 11 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. But, yeah, we'll give a big shout-out to our crew here today. As, folks, if you like what you're seeing, there's a reason it's so awesome. It's because of this awesome crew that we have today. Obviously, Zach Dillon keeping us live on the 1s and 2s. We got to give a big shout-out to our camera operators now that we have all of their names. Connor Reese, Gabby Staubaum, and Kyle Motice. Big shout-out to all of our camera operators. And then also sideline reporter Treyvon Hastings. And a huge shout out to Max Drummond today.
And shout out to you as well.
That's all right. I don't need any of that.
Yeah, but
It's been a fun time, man.
A lot of great camera angles. We were able to get the halftime performance as well.
Producer extraordinaire Zach Dillon.
Yep, he's the man behind it all.
He's got the game plan, man. The man with the plan. 3rd down and 7 for this Heidelberg offense. 12 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. This should be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We'll see. Sims back in the shotgun. 4 receivers set. Drew Sims looking over the middle. It's tipped up into the air, and it's intercepted at the 25-yard line. Picked off after the tip by Brady McManaway, who was just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, and we'll see on the replay here. Looks like Yerby's doing an angle route out of the backfield, and he runs into Pearson, which causes them to slow down. And
it was the initial stumble when he first made his break out of the backfield. I think he got tripped up on either a lineman or a defensive lineman, somebody there at the line, and that caused him a little bit of a stumble.
Yeah, and then threw the timing off of the play.
Ran right into the receiver. And that caused the tipped ball and the interception. So Marietta will take over at their own 25-yard line. So at least it's not, inside the Berg 40 like it was earlier. But
it did the defense a favor in that sense, I guess.
Yes. 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 2 tight ends one on each side of the formation. Agnew takes the handoff, carries it up the middle, off right guard, and picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards up to the 29-yard line. That will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. I jinxed us by saying, this will be the final play. No, Now we had one more.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion of today's ball game between Heidelberg and Marietta right here on the OAC Network and Heart of Ohio Sports.
Nate Mullins here. You're watching Heidelberg football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
How are we doing, guys? My name is Joey Krajewski. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out the Over Under podcast every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock and every Sunday morning. Thank you, guys.
Tune in every Monday night at 8 o'clock for the Pulse podcast right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, live from inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin.
Be sure to give us a like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, and we're back here at Hoernemann Stadium, Risen Field on the campus of Heidelberg University. Nate Mullins, Max Drummond on the call here. Thanks for tuning in on the OAC Network. Beatrice, back to pass, picked off the right side.
Now we gotta go back this way.
A beautiful interception.
Man, I'm just getting my steps in. Gotta go right back this way.
And that was Norris on the pick.
You know what that means? That's our 4th different student prince with an interception today and getting to sit on the throne. Here we go.
Let's see that one again here. As, he is just kind of fallen apart since that first half.
Right.
When you talk about Veerstra.
Yeah, like we said, 8 of 8 is how he opened the game. And
since then, it has been all downhill.
Yeah, great job by Norris there, just jumping the route, reading the quarterback's eyes.
So Joseph Norris, the third on the pick, sets up the Heidelberg offense at the Marietta 31. 1st and 10. Drew Sims in the pistol set. Receivers stacked on both sides. Sims slings it over the middle. He's got a man. It's caught at the 5-yard line. Robert Davis on the reception.
And you want to know something? Right before the play, I saw them running him in. Notice he wasn't there too deep, and I said, all right, let's make sure we know who that is.
Uh-huh.
And Davis, impact play on his first play in.
Reed, Pennick, and Davis on the left side. They hand off Yearby up the middle. He spins around and gets it forward for maybe a yard up to the 5-yard line, but I don't think he got anything on that one. Defense was right there to make the stop.
You know, they've the offense has stalled a little bit, struggled when they get in the red zone. We've seen that over the game. Wonder if they go about trying to attack it differently. And yeah, here we are, 5 wide.
Empty backfield. Drew Sims all by himself back there in the shotgun formation. Back to pass. 2nd and goal. Slings it into the end zone, and I'll tell you what, Pennick had to play defensive back on that one.
I was going to say, has he practiced at DB? Because the way he came in and swatted that out
arm
of the way.
swat was that was on point.
Yeah. So, yeah. Very quick first 2 downs there here inside the 10.
So 3rd down, 3rd and 5. The ball at the 5-yard line. Sims back to pass, slings it into the end zone, incomplete. He was going for Brandon Reed, but the route was disrupted by the defense there. Not sure what happened. Reed was on the ground when the ball was in his area. But this will be to put Brandon Steckel all alone atop the Heidelberg all-time field goal leadership board.
And, you know, he's not too far behind on the PATs either, which is essentially what this looks like here.
This will be from 21 yards out. As the kick is up, and it is good, and there you have it. Brandon Steckel, the all-time leader in field goals made at Heidelberg University. Congratulations, young man. 29 career field goals is now the new Heidelberg all-time record for field goals made in a career. What an outstanding career he has had here at Heidelberg.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm sure it was acutely on the radar of some of the coaches, maybe some of the players. And funny as it would have it, he's kicked probably the most he has in any game in his career today.
Yeah. So Student Princes add to their lead now. 26-21 is your score. 13:49 left in the ball game. So the Pioneers got off to such a hot start, 21-0, but they have had very little success since then. Searching for answers on the offensive side of the ball. As Connor Veerstra has now thrown 4 interceptions on the day. And number 1 on the return, Dawson Snyder.
Thompson trips him up.
You know, we talked about Snyder 2 weeks ago. He set the Marietta College single game record for most receiving yards in a game, 210 yards against Baldwin Wallace. He had 9 catches, 210 yards, and 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against Baldwin Wallace.
And, you know, that was a wild ending that saw Baldwin Wallace come out on top 33-29. A pretty crazy game over there, so very competitive OAC this year.
Yeah. Agnew all by himself. Well, no, now Veerstra's going to settle into the pistol, and now they're going to look more of a traditional shotgun formation here. Agnew takes the handoff. Now he's off left side, and he's got maybe a yard or two, but that's about it. And that's pretty much been the story of the game today for Bryce Agnew, as he really has had a lot of trouble finding any running room here. You know, we look at his stats through this one, and you know, he's already well over 20 carries, 24 carries coming into this quarter.
I believe so.
I had my stats in front of me, but they disappeared.
Yeah, 23 before that one.
There we go. He does have 79 yards on the day.
Every one of them has been earned. That is for certain.
Oh, for sure. When I was talking with Scott Donaldson earlier today, he said, you know, if there's a defensive player that's not tired after this game, then they didn't do their job, because this guy's going to take more than one guy to bring down every time he has the ball.
Yeah, and we've seen it plenty of times, and I've heard you allude to the pursuit, especially by the guys up front. And when you have your D linemen doing that, you have a real special defense on your hands.
Yeah, and the linebackers have done a great job of really reading their keys and getting into the backfield to make plays. 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9. They need to get past the 40 to convert here. Veerstra sacked in the backfield. Guess who? Sack Blackiston. Sack number 11 on the season. And I'll tell you, he just makes life miserable for opposing quarterbacks.
Yeah,
let's watch this one again.
In the scheme by Heidelberg here, they changed the coverage up last minute. They bring Wiley, and you have Bebart and Wiley and Blackiston all in there.
That's crazy because they overload one side and then leave Blackiston all by himself, and he still ends up getting pressure. They get the punt away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line.
Haley punt. Fair caught by Pearson. Heidelberg ball, 1st and 10.
So a 1st and 10 coming up for Heidelberg. They'll take over at their own 35-yard line, leading 26-21. We talk about Montavious Yearby and the day he's had so far. 19 carries, 137 yards. Still has yet to make it into the end zone, but his impact has been felt in this one.
Right, which is shocking, especially when they've had the ball inside the 10 so many times. We're so accustomed to seeing him finish off drives.
Drew Sims now over 300 yards passing on the day. Of course, remember, he did not get the start today. Didn't play until the 3rd series. Handoff Yearby up the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles, spins forward, past the 1st down marker up to the 49-yard line. Montavious Yearby.
And he did a great job. Luke Watt from Marietta there had him probably around 7 yards into the play, but Yearby just took him along for the ride for another 5.
They love this 3-back set here, and they, you know, with the time that Yearby spent out, it had to give them a little bit more confidence in the other guys, in Jaron Curtis and TJ Ramey.
Right.
As Yearby swallowed up in the backfield for a loss. As Brady Panucci coming in to make the stop, sophomore safety, 5'11", 185 pounds. Sims slings it over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Reed. But we got a flag back in the backfield, all the way back at the 39-yard line. We'll see what the call is, but I believe this one's in the general vicinity of holding.
And, you know,
Could
also
one of those cut blocks.
Yeah, it looked like Yearby doing his best to help in pass pro, chop somebody while he was being blocked, and just a classic tabletop block, which, of course, is no longer allowed.
We do have a player down on the field. I believe that's Brandon Reed. He looks to be okay.
Yeah, it was quite the collision at the meeting spot of the football there. Good to see him walk it off.
Absolutely. All right, so second down. Actually, it'll be third down, I believe, after this, right?
Well,
or no, second down. That's right.
Penalty.
We got a penalty. Penalty is declined, so to bring up third down and 14. Interesting to decline that penalty because that would have backed him up probably at least another 14 yards.
Yeah, and you know,
you're talking about it would have been third and probably close to 30 yards, or second and 30 instead of third and 14.
Yeah, and with the way we've seen them play field position, each coaching staff, you'd expect them to want to move it back as much as they can, but they trust their defense here on third and long. We'll see what happens.
Shotgun set, pistol formation. Sims with the hard count. Now looks to the sideline for the play adjustment. 3 receivers off to the far right. 1 receiver by himself here on the near side. That's Dimitri Pennick. Sims steps up into the pocket. Got pressure, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss. Big number 55, Chance Knight coming in to make the sack.
You know, that's the definition, if there is one, of a covered sack. I mean, his O-line gave him at least 3-4 seconds, and there's just nowhere to go with the ball. And, I mean, he even tried moving around the pocket, but pressure got home.
And he's a smart quarterback. He doesn't make very many mistakes, so he's not going to force that one in there if it's not there, especially with a 5-point lead late in the ball game.
Yeah.
Parker Smith on to punt, gets this one away. This one's a high end-over-end punt, fielded at the 21-yard line, and I tell you, Snyder almost dropped it, but able to get it back. Dawson Snyder comes up with the fair catch at the 21-yard line. Actually, they'll say 23, even though he didn't actually secure the fair catch until the 21.
Right.
It's all right. It's all right. So Marietta will take over at their own 23-yard line, trailing 26-21, having been unable to score since the first quarter. And once again, it's ringing true. If you give them the possession on the other side of the 50, this defense, they've been able to answer the toll.
Yeah, normally say 9 times out of 10 they get the stop, but every single time they've gotten the stop.
Agnew on the carry. Not much doing there. Maybe a yard, if that, up to the 24-yard line. Bryce Agnew on the carry. And Tyler Turek in there on the stop. He's had a few today. I think last I saw, he's at 6 tackles. That'll put him at 7 now.
Yeah, overtaking Blackiston, it looks like, for the most tackles in the game.
Connor Vierstra in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. Tight end on the right side. Vierstra comes up to the line to make the line call. And now Agnew settles on his left hip in the shotgun. Vierstra, handoff. Agnew off the right side. He's got blockers out in front. And the defense comes up to make the stop right at the 29-yard line. But a nice job there by the Marietta offense of creating some alleys there for his running back to run through, because they haven't had much running space. But you get him outside, stretch, maybe pull that backside guard, a little bit more of a guys at the point of attack. That's what you want in the run game.
Yeah, and I think Vierstra noticed there the change, the call he might have made. There was no Heidelberg defender from the right tackle over to the outside, and he analyzed that and took advantage of it.
Timeout called by Heidelberg, and I think they made it. They might have seen the adjustment there, and they're going to go ahead and work that out on the sideline, because that's maybe something that they saw, and Marietta, I think on that play right there, was going to try to do the exact same thing again, and Heidelberg called the timeout there to try to come up with some kind of a plan to alter that. So once again, I want to give a huge shout-out and a thank you to all of our sponsors for bringing you today's broadcast here on the OAC Network and on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, on the Heart of Ohio Sports side of things, we want to thank our proud sponsors, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant and Pyramid Recruiting Offices. And on the Heidelberg side of things, of course, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union and OSST Sport USA Pro Tracks. Huge shout-out and a thank you to all sponsors that have had a hand in this broadcast today. 3rd down and about 5, actually about 4. 3rd and 4. They need to get it past the 33 to convert here.
Marietta, 7 of 13 on the day so far, so they're converting over 50%.
Veerstra back to pass, slings it over the middle, and it's going to be complete. No, incomplete. Incomplete. They're going to say he dropped it. Agnew doesn't believe it, but that is the call.
And Veerstra getting up a little slow there. I don't blame him. He got sandwiched between Turek and Blackiston before right after he got the ball out, I should say.
That's not a very good sandwich.
No.
So the punt unit will come onto the field for the Pioneers. And we've seen quite a bit of that since the first quarter. And they do get the punt away. This one's a high punt, short, fair caught at the 41-yard line. And so Heidelberg will take over there. Glenn Pearson, sorry. Not Drew Pearson, not the Hall of Famer. Glenn Pearson on the fair catch at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, with a little over 8 minutes to go in the ball game here, we'll see if Heidelberg can have a definitive drive here and put the nail in the coffin and see if they can extend the lead here.
Yeah, I think they got to get some points on the board here. Yeah. Even if it's a field goal, you extend that to an 8-point game.
Take some time while you're doing it.
Yep. 8 minutes and 9 seconds left. Handoff, Yearby up the middle, and he outran his blockers on that one. Ran right under the block of one of his offensive linemen there. Able to pick up about 7 yards, about 6.
It looks like Brandon Reed is back out there for Heidelberg already. So
that's great to see.
Full strength for the offense now.
2nd down and 4. Pistol formation. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. That's Dimitri Pennick by himself. Drew Sims. Handoff, Montavious Yearby. Bounces it out to the outside off the left. And he breaks a tackle, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside Pioneer territory down to the 42-yard line.
Looked like Pennick there. He's getting helped up from Coach Donaldson. Did a great job blocking downfield, but got caught up in the tackle. So they're going to try to get him off the field.
Yeah, he's in some pain right now.
And, and that's the thing about these Heidelberg receivers. They risk, whether it's a runner or a tackler, falling up on their legs because they're constantly being so physical in the run game, blocking for Yearby or Ramey, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
That's a case of that there.
1st and 10. Ball at the 41. Sims in the pistol. And it's going to be a false start on Heidelberg. Not sure who they called it on there.
Saw a couple Pioneers definitely pointing towards the interior O-line on that one. And that's where you have your most experience. You don't want to see too much of that.
A lot of experience on that offensive line there.
Yeah, that what we both said is still an understatement, isn't it?
Yes.
A lot of career snaps, game starts, all that.
3 receivers set. H-back on the right side of the formation. Sims back to pass. Pressure right up the middle, and they bring him down for a loss. Inside Heidelberg territory, back at the 46. And I'll tell you, they were all over him on that one.
Yeah, Folkert and McManaway, a freshman who we've called his name a lot today. Both of them just meet at the quarterback there at Sims. After the penalty and sack, 2nd and almost a mile.
2nd and about 21, I think. Sims slings it over the middle, complete. And he's got it up to it's Devin Conyer. Brings it up to the 41-yard line. So back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 coming up here for Heidelberg. They quickly get right back up to the line. Shotgun formation. Drew Sims with the hard count, trying to draw the defense. Does not get him to jump. Now looks to the sideline for the play adjustment. He's got the call. Calls it out to his receivers. Settles back into the shotgun. Sims back to pass. They bring pressure. Sims gets rid of it over the middle. It's complete. He's got it to Reed. Brandon Reed is going to be shoved out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. And that's not what you want to see, as he is slow to get up after the play there.
You know, Marietta probably sent what some teams call the kitchen sink, just as many guys as you can get to the quarterback and leaving everyone else down the field in man coverage. And
they were
Reed
at
just
zero.
gets, and Reed takes advantage with his speed. Looks like he's going to pop up again.
Hopefully it's just a cramping issue, because it is a little warmer today than it has been the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
So.
kind of a shock to the system here in Ohio.
Yeah, right? This is September weather. We're almost in November now.
Right.
So Student Princes, 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Nearly dropped it, but Sims comes up with the snap, and it is incomplete, as he was looking for Glenn Pearson in the left corner of the end zone.
And, you know, I was just about to say, without your top two receivers in the game, that's the formation I would expect to see. But it looks like Pennick's back out there now. They have at least one of their options back.
Looks like Reed could be stretching out a hamstring or something down there. That's what it looks like. 3 backs in the backfield. Sims fakes the quick pitch. Now they give it off to Ramey, and Ramey is going nowhere. He's bottled up in the backfield, back at the 22-yard line.
I want to say, yep, we see Malik Melton once again, and I was just about to comment, what a creative play call. And when we've seen Yearby get the ball almost every time out of that formation, they give it to Ramey, and you know, the senior linebacker was not fooled.
Not at all. Trips bunched on the right side. Pennick by himself here on the left side. Shotgun. Sims back to pass. Looking for Pennick. Incomplete. A lot of hand fighting there, but it was tipped at the line. I think that's why they're saying that it was not pass interference down the field.
Yeah, real tight coverage there by Kiero Gordon of Marietta. Might have thrown off the timing with Pennick slightly, but.
So this one's going to be a little bit more of a lengthy field goal here for the all-time field goal leader. This one from 39 yards out.
As long as today is from 34.
Wind has kind of died down here. Steckel, end over end. This one is right down Broadway. 39-yard field goal, splits the uprights. And Steckel now 5 for 5 on the day. And extends the Heidelberg lead to now 29-21.
It extends his record a little bit,
That's right. That's right. Gives himself a little more breathing room. So an 8-point lead now for Heidelberg. And now Marietta really, this is it. This is it. You know, they've got to come up with something here. 4:25 left in the ball game. They've got to find some answers here, Max.
Yeah, you know, we haven't seen the passing game really look anything close to what was happening in the first half. And that's probably what they're going to have to rely on here if they want to get down the field in a timely manner. So, who knows? Dawson, he's been a big catalyst for getting them some good field position. Heidelberg better be careful when it comes to containing him right here.
Steckel has more field goals today than he did on the entire season coming in. He was 4 of 6 coming into today. He is now 9 for, let me do my math here, 9 for 11. Yeah, there we go. Math. I wasn't told there was going to be any today.
Yeah, very reliable option, though.
He is a very reliable option. And that's got to be, you know, it's a security blanket. It's a comfort zone as a head coach, knowing you get it anywhere inside the 30-yard line, you got a chance.
Yep, you have a chance to come away with points. Has been the case in this game. Extend your lead.
Steckel kicks this one off. Fielded at the 13-yard line. And number 2 on the return brings it up to the 26-yard line. That is Nate Hinckley on the return. Marietta will take over at their own 27-yard line. So you'll get a look at this Pioneer offense with 4:20 left to play in the ball game.
You know, just
and we got a penalty on the play on the kickoff. I think there's going to be an offsides against Heidelberg. So I think they're going to make them re-kick it. We'll see. Nope. Never mind. So they just took the penalty as opposed to making them re-kick it. So took the 5 yards, moves it up to the 32-yard line. First and 10, 3 receivers off to the left side of the formation. They bring a man in motion. That's the tight end as he settles on the left side. Hand off to Agnew off the left. Trying to find a little bit of room there as he gets up past the 35 to the 36-yard line. Bryce Agnew. Got to be getting close to that 100-yard mark.
Yeah.
Should put him right around 91 for the game, I believe.
You
if
know,
our live stats are correct here.
You know, has to have been a frustrating game for him, a guy of his caliber, but got to credit Heidelberg's defense.
And the quarterback keeps it off the left side. And that was a nice play there. Once again, they fooled that defense multiple times. They fooled me multiple times. Connor Veerstra on the play. Here, let's watch this real quick. What a nice job Veerstra does of sticking it in there, holding it in there as long as possible, and then pulling it at the very last possible second.
Yeah, and that shows he understands how aggressive a guy like Blackiston is, and he took advantage of it that time.
Connor Veerstra looking at the sideline for the play adjustment. Marietta has it now at the Heidelberg 39. 3:05 left to play in the ball game. Veerstra takes the snap, hand off to Agnew. Up the middle, Bryce Agnew. Not a whole lot of real estate there. He's got it up to the 37-yard line.
You know, after the big chunk play there, that really opens up what they want to do. If they hadn't been able to get across midfield that quickly, might not see Agnew touch the ball again, but still over 2.5 minutes, they can do what they want here.
We'll check in with our sideline reporter after this. We'll go down to our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings, after this play. Veerstra back to pass, 2nd down and 8. Hit as he throws, but he still ends up getting it to his receiver, Snyder, who comes up with it at the 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line, so a first down for Marietta. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings. Treyvon, man, this game has really evolved, and this Marietta offense starting to move now, but what's the feeling like on the sideline right now?
Guys, sideline's still feeling really confident. Obviously, the offense has stalled out a lot, but Brandon Steckel's been extremely reliable. He's been 5 for 5 tonight, 17 points, and obviously the career record holder for field goals as well. And obviously, as you guys see, really reliable. So, game looks like it is going to go Heidelberg's way, but defense is on the ropes right now, so we'll see what happens. And back to you guys up top.
All right, thanks again, Treyvon. Once again, our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings, doing a great job today. Filling in for Joey Krajewski. Last play was Bryce Agnew as he carries it up to the 10-yard line. That puts him over 100 yards on the day.
And Dawson Snyder had to go out of the game, so we'll see how that affects the play calling here for Marietta.
3 receivers set, shotgun formation. Agnew takes the handoff, and I thought there was a fumble, but no, it's a helmet.
Second time we've seen that today.
Hopefully it's not Tureks.
Oh, it is.
It is Tureks.
Check
it. Get the equipment over there and check his equipment.
Make sure it's tight enough. Helmet's tight enough for him. But
Make sure that thing's on there tight.
But yeah, all joking aside, if there's somebody you don't want coming out of the game, it's probably him or Blackiston right now.
Right now, yeah, absolutely.
We are a minute and a half to go.
So when there's a helmet, when there's an equipment malfunction, the clock stops because of that. Handoff to Agnew up the middle, and the defense is there to make the stop right at the 7-yard line. Down to 1:18 left in the ball game. And this is do or die for these Marietta Pioneers now. 3rd and goal at the 8-yard line.
You know, Heidelberg's defense, they're so good, and they probably covet being in a situation like this where they can show it off and help the offense out.
Down inside of a minute to play. Not a lot of urgency here as they know they've only got 2 plays left, so you may as well eat as much of that clock as you can. Down to 43 seconds. They bring a man in motion. Fierstra slings it out, gets it out to his running back, Agnew, but he's going to be tripped up. That's going to be a loss back to the 11-yard line. And they're going to have to take a timeout. 4th and goal coming up here for the Pioneers. And this is the ball game right here. This is what it's all come down to this. Ball at the 11-yard line. And man, what a ball game we've had here today.
Yeah, an exciting finish, definitely.
All the way down to the last play.
And, you know, on that one, they had all of their routes down the field on the right half. So when Vierstra rolls left, like you said, his running back's the only one really there, and it's because he was a blocker. So on this 4th and goal play, I would imagine they're going to work the whole field, make Heidelberg cover the whole field here.
So this is a big time down and distance for Heidelberg defense. They've got to come up with a stop here to end the ball game. That's it. That's all you got to do. One stop right here. It's all come down to this. For Marietta, what do you got to dig deep in your bag of tricks here, don't you?
Well, at this point in the season, absolutely. You know, it's right now the winner of this game will take over 3rd place of the OAC standings. So if there's something you haven't put on film yet, you might most definitely want to pull it out here.
Yeah, that's a great point there, Max. This is it. 4th and goal from the 11. Shotgun formation. Agnew in the backfield with Connor Vierstra. Vierstra comes up to the line to make the play adjustment. And now settles back into the shotgun. Back to pass. Vierstra steps up into the pocket. Delivers it into the end zone. Tipped away. And that's going to do it. Big time defensive play there.
Looked like Griffin Pendry staying home and not biting on the QB scramble. That was huge.
Let's take a look at that one again here on the instant replay. As Griffin Pendry comes up with a big time stop here. What a play by Pendry.
You know, I almost thought there was a lane there at first, but man, Easton St. Clair and a couple other defenders did a great job closing out.
So Heidelberg, after trailing 21-0 to start this one, come all the way back and now are in position to come away with a win here on homecoming day. Sims takes a knee, and that will do it. That's the final play of the ball game. Your final score, 29-21. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with our player of the game and the post-game show right after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got more to break down right here on Heart of Ohio Sports and the OAC Network.
Zach Dillon here, and you're watching Heidelberg football on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Hey, folks. Don't forget to check out the Pulse podcast every Monday night at 8 p.m. right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Hey Hey guys, this is Aaron Steyer from the Over Under Pod. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 8:30. Come join the fun.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Heart of Ohio Sports on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, welcome back. What a ball game. What a day here at Heidelberg's homecoming weekend, celebrating the 1972 Stag Bowl championship with a win over Marietta and in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, it took everything, maybe even a little bit of magic at some points, but Heidelberg, they showed out with their defense like they have pretty much all season, and after a tough first quarter, they showed what they're all about for the next three.
For sure.
A goose egg for that matter.
So, I mean, this is exactly the kind of game that we expected to see today, right, Max?
Yeah, I'd say it was along the lines of it.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Especially with being a little unexpected quarterback, running back play. But, we saw some things that we're used to seeing. Montavious Yearby, over 160 yards on the ground for the day. Drew Sims, over 300 yards with 2 touchdowns. But you know who ended those drives, who put it all together for them? It was their kicker, the senior Brendan Steckel, hitting 5 field goals as well as being 2 for 2 on extra points today.
Yeah, and I think he's going to go ahead and take home our player of the game today, as momentarily we'll be joining our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings, as he'll have our interview with our player of the game. And I think he is standing by. We're going to go ahead and send it down to him right now. Treyvon Hastings is standing by now with our player of the game, Brandon Steckel. Treyvon, go ahead. Take it away. Treyvon, it's all you, bud.
All right. Brandon, 5 for 5 on field goals today, 2 for 2 on the PATs. Career leader now in field goals. You told me personally on sideline lot running through your head emotionally. What's it feel like? Big game today. So,
I think offensively, defensively, stepped up in the second quarter, in the second half. Making field goals is my job, so I'll try to do the best I can. And I'm so glad that I'm now the career holder. So I want to thank my line and my new holder, Colin Hughes. He's really stepped up. And Lamb, he's a freshman. He's really stepped in this entire season. I'm so excited.
Tell me what it feels like to be the career record holder and what that achievement means to you personally.
It means everything. Ever since high school, always wanted to be a kicker and wanted to be the guy with the record holder. And I don't even know how to explain it to you. It's just a great feeling.
Yeah, and I know you've been tremendous at it this year. I don't think you've missed a kick other than the blocks. So, tremendous job and great career. So, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hey, Treyvon, if you don't mind, asking one quick question, real quick. So that throne that you guys are standing next to, it's really pretty. Now, what do we got to do? Put in a good word to get Brandon a seat in that throne. I mean, it's only touchdowns and turnovers. You got to get some field goals, right?
They asked me up top about the throne, and they said, field goals, like, you should be able to just sit in the throne because
listen, they already talked to me about that. It's only for turnovers and touchdowns, man.
Well, how's he going to get to sit in the throne?
We get the short end of the stick most of the time, so, that's all right, though.
Well, I think player of the game deserves an opportunity to sit in the throne.
They said player of the game deserves an opportunity to sit in the throne.
Yeah, well, it's a nice throne. I might
agree.
take it. Who knows? We'll see.
All right.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Yep.
Back to you guys up top.
All right, thanks again, Treyvon. Appreciate your insight today and all your hard work today on the sidelines. You've done an outstanding job. Once again, Nate Mullins, Max Drummond up here in the press box. Let's break this one down. Let's wrap it up, and let's head home. I mean, what a ball game.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and we got to see Heidelberg in a spot where they haven't been a lot this year, and that was trailing by multiple scores, but we alluded to it. This team is a very veteran group. They've done it in the past, and a lot of it came down to putting on the run game, and they had multiple guys getting some carries here and there. And Drew Sims, what a way to come back after being out multiple weeks. like we said, 2 touchdowns, over 300 yards. And, I mean, it's no shock. Brandon Reed, 6 catches, 147 yards, including the long 42-yard touchdown. We saw a lot of receivers blocking for each other, blocking for the offense. And defensively, I mean, we got what we're used to. Some pressures. It took a little bit of time to get the pass rush going effectively, but in that second half, Marietta couldn't move the ball.
Yeah. And, I mean, it felt like, at the beginning of the game, everything that could go right for Marietta did go right. And everything that could go wrong for Heidelberg did go wrong. The wrongs started to right themselves. Let's just say that. As the game went on, things took care of themselves, and really what took care of everything was the defense.
Yeah.
The defense takes care of business after that fast start by the Marietta offense. That Heidelberg defense allowed 0 points from that point on after that 21-point hot start. So just a huge step, big-time game for this defense. But, you can't say enough about the all-time leader in field goals with Brandon Steckel.
He was right. And, we got to see the defense and special teams really step up when they needed to and gaining field position.
All right, well, that's pretty much going to do it for us today. I don't have any other thoughts here. Max, you got any final thoughts here before we break this down?
No, it should be a fun remainder of the weekend here, especially after the big win, homecoming weekend, and want everybody to enjoy it and enjoy it safely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I want to give a quick shout out and a thank you to all of our crew here today for helping us make today possible. Once again, thanks to our sideline reporter, Treyvon Hastings. Thanks to you, Max Drummond. Appreciate all your input today. You did a great job today up here on Color.
Thank you.
Thanks to Zach Dillon and Greg Kinn on the 1s and 2s, keeping us live. And, of course, thanks to our camera operators, Connor Reese, Gabby Staubbaum, and Kyle Motice. And that's going to do it for all of that outstanding crew. I am Nate Mullins signing off from Hoernemann Stadium, Risen Field on the campus of Heidelberg University. Once again, your final score, 29-21, Heidelberg over Marietta. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody.